Move forward. Move forward.
I'm a
Move
man.
forward.
I am.
Move
I am a man. 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 I am a man.
Psychologist.
Let it out. Everybody let it out. It's like that sometimes. You got all that pent up rage. Sometimes you just have to let it out and cry with a brother. Sit in Politic Podcast. You already know what time it is. Let me hit the button. So no.
Psychologist.
Sit in Politic. We're in here. It's Big Baby. We're vibing. We're going to do a live today. Obviously, we got all kinds of stuff to talk about, all kinds of sports to talk about, football going crazy. We have a few basketball topics, how they disrespected Kobe Bean Bryant's name. We got to talk about it. We can't let that go unaccounted for. What's going on, Paul? We don't have a frame for you in here right now, brother. So we're gonna finish this intro that we're doing right now, and then we'll get to it. But Paul's in the building. Make sure you go find him at Paul B Balcom. That's on Instagram, and then Balcom B Paul, right? Or is it backwards? Balcom B Paul on Twitter, and then go find me, Sitting Politic everywhere, Sitting in Politic and all the time, Sitting in Politic and here, most importantly, on YouTube. So make sure you subscribe on YouTube. If you're not on YouTube, if you're checking this out from somewhere else, go ahead, hop over to YouTube. That's where most of the content is at. But I'm going live on X all the time. I'm going live on Twitch. I'm going to be going live on Instagram. So we're doing our thing. Without any further ado, let's get into it. Subscribe, show some love. You already know what time it is. We're here again for y'all. Honestly, I got to run that. Come on, man. Look at how he holds them. It's been a hot minute since anybody held me like that. Oh, man, just let it out. That's a 10-second embrace, which, I mean, look, honestly, at this point,
Move forward.
right there,
Move forward.
move forward. That's where he had. If it was me, you have the wrong one, brother. I've hit the sled enough times. I'm putting your ass in the fucking dirt. I'm running over you. Like we're heading towards the fucking goalpost, honestly. So yeah, I mean, you gotta have a certain type of guy up here. Not to disrespect Baldy, because I'm sure Baldy has excellent balance and so on and so forth. But come on, man, you get me behind the sled like that, brother? Oh my God, ass is hitting the dirt quick.
Forward. Move forward.
You get
Move forward.
no coach was ever able to get this kind of visceral anger and strength from me. So I mean. Yeah, don't let somebody unlock Nick Saban levels of coaching with me because it'll be over. But he's getting put into the fucking pickle truck right there and getting sent back. Honestly, I don't even think that's the guy pushing. I think it's that if you want to actually come over here, Paul, I think most of the stuff should be plugged in. You just gotta kind of like, you know, pick it up and put it on the table and such. But yeah, no, dude drove him back fucking 50 yards. Loving it. These kind of retreats always blow my mind where people go and they feel so comfortable. Like, bro, you would not feel this comfortable talking to your closest confidant. So I don't know what kind of manipulation tactics take place in the desert where they get you, where they Charles Manson you out there. But yeah, this guy with all of his heart, it really is believing in the teachings. And honestly, not to knock him. If there's something to him, I'm missing out. That's the problem. If there's something to him, which there probably is, I saw the one motherfucker, he had no shoes on. That is a sign to me that you know what you're talking about. If you don't have shoes on, then you know a little something. You know what I mean? You're not walking around risking stepping on a fucking heron needle, and you don't have a little bit of, you know, a little bit of knowledge here in the brain that you're probably holding back from us a little bit. You hearing us in the headset? Cool. All right. But yeah, guys, like I said, we got a lot of sports to get into today. A lot of videos that I got here. I got some videos that we're just going to run through. I'll probably do that towards the end, just because I don't know what time's looking like I don't know what time will be looking like when we get through all of these topics. But free agency, something that we got to talk about. We definitely got to touch on that. Miami Dolphins fan, if you're a fan of the channel, then you know Miami Dolphins fan since I came into this world, Miami Dolphins fan before I take myself out while watching a game filled with depression. So yeah, listen, with the Miami Dolphins, we did go ahead. We lost a few people, but that was to be expected because we already knew that we were coming into the offseason with a really tough cap situation. To be honest, I will say though, when you look around the league, I don't know if another team lost as many high profile names, at least as we did. Not to say that like Zach Sealer, for example, a lot of informed Finn fans, that's what makes us swallow this pill that is tough to swallow with losing, like, for example, Christian Wilkins, is that we did see Zach Sealer step up. Now, is a lot of that based off the attention that Christian Wilkins demands and so on and so forth? I'm sure. But that gives a little bit of reason to believe that we can put something together on the defensive line that's still going to work and still make sense. But yeah, other than that, I mean, Paul, I want to get you in here, and I'm going to get you in here full camera. But like I said, Paul in the building, Paul B. Balcom B. Paul. Yo. Go look this brother up by his government name and you will find him.
I'm an idiot. You're an
idiot. No, man. Look, hey, you don't have anything to hide. That's one way to look at it.
Man, that's it, man. Never running from the smoke. That's a fact.
Hey, Deuce Andretti, shout out to you, brother. Good to see you in here. Washington ain't do much and had all that money. That's one thing I was thinking about Washington. I'm going to pull up the free agent tracker and all that, so we'll go over all the names, make sure we don't miss anybody. But Washington was one of the teams that was coming into free agency with one of the largest cap spaces. And yeah, I kind of thought the same thing. I was expecting a big splash, but then again, they may be showing some restraint there and going and grabbing a big splash free agent. I mean, that's what got you there in the first place, brother. No disrespect, Deuce Andretti. But the same thing happened with Miami. Like a lot of the big signing free agents that we signed just haven't worked out. I think a lot of that has to do with culture and things like that. That's why I think when you see those big name players go into places that have great culture, the Patriots is an example, at least maybe not recent time, but previously, if you had a big name, typically their production wouldn't fall off when they got there. Whereas, like I said, Miami, the Raiders, these are teams that I can think of grabbing great players, and the production completely falls off a hill 1 year after they were just a productive player. So, right. I have confidence though now, and I'm curious how you feel. And I'm gonna let you cook here for a second because I'm gonna fix the camera. But yeah, I definitely want to know how you feel as a Miami Dolphins fan. Do you feel confident still going into the season? What do you feel like we lost, so on and so forth? Go ahead and cook on that, and I'm gonna listen.
Yeah, nah, bro. Like to be real with you, I'm really not.
We need a corner though. That's what Deuce Andretti said.
Yeah, no, we need a corner big time.
He's talking about Washington.
Oh, well, we both do. I mean, looking at the Dolphins roster, I mean, I don't think we're confident enough in Cam Smith yet to say that he's going to be number one. He didn't get any snaps. Now, is that Fangio or is that him? Time will tell. We will see. But Anthony Weaver obviously isn't coming in here thinking that Kader Kohu is his boundary corner when we've seen that experiment play out. He's a nickel. So, yeah, we need a corner. Losing Christian Wilkins, listen, I'll start there. Miami Dolphins fans, I get it. We're all sad. We love Christian Wilkins, big energy player, a lot of production. A lot of production against bad teams, but I'm not going to harp on that. We can say that about a lot of our players.
Yeah.
Right. But I will say this, scheme-wise, football-wise, okay, he is very good at what he does, and what he does very well is shoot gaps. Okay, when you're a gap shooter, you're going to get big plays. You're going to get a lot of good stats, but you're also going to get washed in the run game because teams are going to know you're going to shoot the gap. They're going to let you guess and then wash you down. Okay, we don't have the linebacker play in Miami up to this point that fills that gap, that steps up and fills those holes. Yeah. So as much as he was a help, there were not more times than he was a help, but there were times where it kind of hurt. That's where our running game, you saw really when Deshaun Hand and Raekwon Davis were in on the defense line, our run game was a little more stout. Okay, now Sealer puts up the same exact stats as him. I sent it in the group, I believe, but over the last, I want to say 3 seasons, their stats are almost 100% the same.
What's your concern as far as like him not getting the same attention? That's something I've heard thrown around, so I'm curious.
To be fair, okay, so if you're a team and again playing Miami, who are you double teaming this past season?
Well, so Bradley Chubb or Jalen Phillips when he's healthy,
right? So how much of the double teams was Christian Wilkins really getting? Okay, there's also one of his best stats. And one of his best plays was against Tennessee, where he did this great stunt, which is another thing with the stunts we ran were great.
Yeah,
but he ran this great stunt, but it took Zach Sealer to put his helmet into the hip of the guard and then drive 3 people down to really open up that lane. So it's like, I think that they really benefited off each other. I think he's going to go to Las Vegas, really play well. He's going to be Christian Wilkins, and we're going to miss that.
How
But
do you
for
feel about that?
$27 million,
How do you feel about that spot for him? The Raiders.
I think it's a great spot. And again, that's a team that isn't going to have a quarterback on their salary cap that costs them money.
Yeah.
So you can afford to do more, and that is what it is. But as far as if we're going to say, well, why are we going to pay Tua so much? Let me ask you a question. Okay. Let's put all feelings aside. Statistically speaking, he's our franchise quarterback.
Okay.
It is harder to find a franchise quarterback than it is a good 5-3 technique. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
well, but it's several players that you're losing.
But
you know what I mean?
but we also gained a lot of players. I mean, okay, so Robert Hunt, were you wanting to pay him $20 million a year? I think that was.
Well, I mean, I think
he set the market, I believe, for guards.
Yeah, I think that's yeah. I mean, I agree with you on that. It's like, as far as these players, just not for the price that they ended up signing for. Yeah. That's what free agency is built to do.
And that happens
to force your value. I mean, something that I've seen. So Jay, and you've actually been on podcasts with Jay a few times. So I've talked to him about this. One thing that he was saying was that he blames Chris Greer a little bit on this. But the reason being is because not locking these guys up early.
Okay, so now locking them up early. Okay, let's hit on that. We offered Christian Wilkins a contract at the beginning of the season. We're 21, $22 million.
Yeah.
Okay, a year. He declined it. He bet on himself. Okay, now he wanted 20. Again, he got 27 million. That's around what Chris Jones is getting.
Yeah.
So he's getting top Aaron Donald, Chris Jones money.
Yeah.
Okay. Or is, in your opinion, and all of our Dolphin GM's opinions, is he worth that much money and for our roster? So not just, is it your feelings or championship building? So with that, Andrew Van Ginkel, that was an affordable contract. I'm sure we offered him a good contract. He's going to go to Minnesota.
I saw something that said we didn't offer him.
Oh, that would be crazy.
Yeah.
But he's probably going to Minnesota to start. He's not a starter in Miami.
Yeah.
So,
although, I mean, he regularly has to.
Yeah, because of injuries, yes. But it's probably probably wanted more opportunity to play.
For sure.
The player has to agree to what we offer.
And he stepped up. I mean, he stepped up anytime he really needed him to step up.
No, again, so, that one hurt. Like that one hurts. So that one's sad.
Yeah, and because it's affordable. The Christian Wilkins, it hurts, but there's like a rational part of your brain that I think is just like, well, we just couldn't afford it. It wasn't even possible.
Right. So it makes sense. Robert Hunt, same thing.
Yeah, and especially with locking up the quarterback position. I get that. If we were put in a position where we weren't overpaying these guys, I might feel slightly different. But we were put in a position at this point where we would have had to
overpay for feeling
Robert Hunt crazy, and you would have had. And I mean, even 20. I had these arguments with Jay throughout the season where I honestly, if the price tag was around 20 million, if we were able to make that work, then I was all for re-signing Christian Wilkins. And I thought that was a lot of what the conversation was, 20 to 23.
Right.
But he came out
27, which, hey, good for you.
Yeah, great for him.
You did what you were supposed to do. You bet on yourself. You earned the contract. I'm glad that as a front office, Miami didn't do the whole dickheaded, well, guess what? We'll tag you. We're going to keep you here disgruntled.
No. Or be emotional.
Yeah, there's no reason to be. If you earned this, go ahead.
That's one of the pushbacks that I had seen leading up to this, was that to tag him, it was going to be like 23 million. And people were like, just to sign him is like 20 to 21 million. Then the motherfucker goes and gets 27. So here, I want to just read some comments real quick. So love it. I think that's referring to the move for Christian Wilkins. That was a couple minutes ago. So Deuce Andretti saying that he loves that move. He's going to earn that contract this year. I just don't know that, honestly, he's capable of earning that contract at a certain point. He's got to play like Aaron Donald.
Is he a game changer like that?
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to say like that. He's a piece you really like to have.
He's fantastic.
Should have signed them early. I think that's a good point. Do you really play a top 5 DT? Do you really play a top 5? If not, then you don't need to pay them. Okay. So do you really play a top 5 DT? If not, then you don't need to pay him. I'm not exactly sure on what
player pay there. Is he trying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. At first, I thought pay, but it doesn't make sense for him to turn.
Hella kind of close. So
yeah, who knows? You clarify that for us, Deuce, if you can, if you're still rocking with us. And then we got Jay Huncho here. So yeah, but Greer should have signed him. the offseason previous.
But if we
and then
offered,
last one, and I'm gonna let you cut.
Go ahead.
Just did y'all regress? So we're gonna get into that, Deuce, right after this. But I want to give you a chance to respond to
again, I feel like what if again? I think we offered, and if he doesn't accept it, I mean that's all you can do. Again, do you want to overpay? So that's where it's. Are we feeling it as fans? Or are we looking at it as a real GM where this is like you're really building a team with a salary cap? Okay, like is it worth it to overpay there? Again, we just restructured multiple player. Jalen Ramsey had to restructure his deal. The one thing that I'm honestly sad about is Raekwon just on the way here. He signed with the Indianapolis Colts, and it's
really?
like, and again, that's I feel like a very underrated piece of what our defense was, and I feel like those players who are affordable, who are anchors.
Yeah.
Again, I'll take my Alabama bias out of Raekwon, but just his production there.
Don't
what
you
he
think
does.
though? If we're going into the draft,
We can find
with the mindset of replacing that, I feel more confident than replacing Christian Wilkins.
But this is a really defensive tackle deep draft.
Yeah.
And I do feel like finding the high energy guy in the defensive line room is common. That's usually where your high energy guys are a lot of the time.
I don't know.
But again,
Christian Wilkins,
there's no replacing how special. Yes,
he was a special
the leader he was, his character, who he is.
Yeah.
Again, as a Dolphins fan, you're forever going to love him.
Some of that shit actually rubbed me the wrong way. He had won me over by the play on the field, to be honest.
Right.
Play on the field, and
fantastic.
Then consistency, reliability, like that's something that can't be overstated. Extremely reliable, and you know that he's not hurt. Everybody's hurt, so I mean he's there though. And then just as like a glue guy, I think he was a special player in that way. So yeah, that was did y'all regress? I definitely want to get into that. I was referring to the guard situation. Oh, okay, so what he's saying, do you really play a top 5 guard is what he meant.
Okay.
If not, then you don't need to pay him, I think is what he's saying. So okay.
Fair as far as our schedule and our division.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and honestly, with all these moves, that's one thing. It doesn't make me feel, I don't feel necessarily better about a Super Bowl run, but I do feel about the same about our ability to be competitive within the division. So, I still need to see some more pieces come together for me to feel comfortable with saying that we're a Super Bowl competitor like we were last year, in my opinion, if we were healthy. But yeah, I do still feel good about us competing in the division. So let's see. And Tua is the one I was referring to about earning the contract. Okay, so he's not Wilkins. So when he said he's going to earn the contract this year, he's talking about Tua. Wilkins went to an ideal situation. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I really like that situation for him. And it kind of makes sense why they were willing to maybe overpay for him.
Which they can. Again, they can.
Yeah, sure.
When you have your... Again, you're right now your quarterback competition.
They don't even have their quarterback.
It's Aiden O'Connell right now, and who they just signed, Gardner Minshew. So again, you have affordable quarterback room, an affordable quarterback room. You can overpay. It just is what it is.
They likely go draft a quarterback, which starts like a 4-year window.
Or he tries to go the Rich Gannon route with fucking Gardner Minshew and just say, "Hey, man, just do enough."
Well, I mean, maybe they could do that. It's a first-year head coach. Maybe they don't go immediately quarterback. We need players to contribute now. We have a massive hole to fill at DT. I doubt a first-year rookie can fill that.
But that's not true. When you look at like some of the best players in the league now are rookies. The game's changed. The rookies are either really good their first year, or they're a project. But again, we got Sealer, so he has to earn his money, right? Yeah. And then again, he's there. We have our Chubb and we have Phillips. Now they're injured. They're going to come back. Okay. And then you look at the signings we just had. Yeah. Anthony Walker, when he's healthy, which this is why you got him cheap, is a Pro Bowl linebacker.
They got Jordan Brooks too.
We got Jordan Brooks, who's a really good young linebacker. And we still have David Long, who by the end of the year really caught on and feeling comfortable.
I think,
and then that Shaq Barrett signing is a nice underrated signing. He's not the same, all pro caliber player, but he's still a really good player.
I think, well, I mean, in that case, one, I think he's an insurance policy.
Yeah.
Same as like Andrew Van Ginkel was behind those other two guys, Jalen Phillips and Bradley Chubb, who obviously have a history of injuries. Wilkins is going to be hard to replace. He's an interior pass rusher. That's fair.
But we got 2. I mean, goddamn, do we need 4 Like, do we really like just again salary cap
it's
reasons?
a pay thing. Yeah, it's a pay thing.
Salary cap reasons.
Because if it wasn't for the pay, obviously you
Of
would
course,
keep him.
of course.
If all pay was equal, you'd say fuck Zach Sealer and you keep Christian Wilkins, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Now, listen. Now, what if?
That's why it's not
what
crazy.
if Christian Wilkins?
Hold up. Because that's why it's not crazy what they're saying and why the question comes up: did we regress? Because yes, the reasons are there. I agree with you. There's reasons, but reasons don't. It doesn't get around the talent question.
But we got better at linebacker.
Yeah, that's true. I agree with
so we got worse at the defensive front. But
Did they cut Jerome Baker?
Yeah, we cut, which good. It was fucking the salary cap, and he didn't want to.
He's just another one. He's just another one. It's just sad to see him go. He's been there for so long.
He's been there so long. He's a good guy. He was reliable until he got wrist surgery the week of the playoff game. But which I get it, but he's a sideline to sideline.
Everybody else was getting fucking surgery. He wanted to go hang out with his friends.
Okay, we got some good linebackers that's true. But we got good linebackers brought in, so we improved there. We got Jonnu Smith, who I think is really nice, a nice pickup there. Him and Durham Smythe, that's a solid tight end room right there. It's not anything that's going to be Pro Bowl, but it's solid. Okay. The center.
Here, just real quick, because it's just funny.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, all those signings are good, but do they play defensive tackle?
No. Again, is it Jay?
That's Jay.
Yeah, of course. I know it's Jay.
Yeah,
okay?
he's a funny guy.
Of course. They're like, no, they don't play defense tackle. Yeah. But what do you, again, you're coming with this. What did you want?
Yeah, what's the alternative,
yeah,
James?
what do you want? Are you paying Christian? If you're Chris Greer, are you paying Christian Wilkins 27? Don't say you would have signed him earlier because we tried. So he wanted to bet on himself. That's what he did. So now you have to look at today. Would you sign him for $27 million? And then if so, what? Yeah. I mean, you got to think that's a $6 million difference in what we were going to give him.
Here, let me just ask you the question direct, though. So overall, did we regress, though? Because, I mean, like I said, what you're saying is fine. And I think generally, we all kind of agree that we were in a tough spot. But I think the question still prevails. Like, are we a better team next year? As of right now, with the additions that we have, in juxtaposition to the losses that we just took.
Okay, just because you know how my brain works here.
Yeah.
So are we accounting for the obvious growth or obvious growth or obvious guys that are young getting better? And then again, I'd say that defensively, I think right now we're a little worse because of the hole at corner more than defensive tackle. Again, the great when you improve linebacker play, that makes up for defensive front. Just like when you have a great defensive front, that can make up for linebacking play. Right, they kind of work hand in hand, but no, I think if we go out again, man, my guy that I wanted in the draft was Jackson. What's his name? Powers Johnson. Is that his name? The Oregon Ducks center. Guys like an unbelievable mauler. Now that we signed a center, I don't know if that's the route we're going to go.
Yeah, probably not.
In the center we signed, I think his pass blocking was it as much scheme or help as much as him. Who knows? We're going to see. Kind of not great when he's not the best pass blocker, but he's a really good run blocking center. And again, he gets the snaps there. That's kind of the most important part.
Well, I mean, that's
the most important part.
He's still young.
He's young.
Like 25.
Yeah, he's young. He's 25. Yeah, 25.
He could definitely still progress. So yeah, Jackson Powers Johnson.
Jackson Powers Johnson.
So yeah, he can still progress, and I think that that is a draftable position, though. So I get why the concern from like Jay and Deuce here. Deuce says Chubb should have took a pay cut. We don't know how those linebackers will perform. This is Jay. No, we lowballed the offer. I would not sign him for 27 mil, but you had a chance to sign him for 20 last year.
And he said no.
I'm not sure what the offer was. I'll have to look that up. Because I'm
you know what? Last year, okay, you're not saying this offseason. This past offseason, you're saying last. Okay, yeah, because right before this season, they offered him around 20. I want to say I thought I heard 21 was the number, but it could have been just 20. But he said no.
He wipes his ass with that.
So it is what it is. But I will say, I think that free agency is obviously still going.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, we're only going to. We're
still in debt.
When you look at the players that we lost, that everyone's we drafted these guys. Okay, but I thought Chris Greer can't draft. So who
says that he can't draft?
Oh, that's been an argument that we've had. We've had that he can't roster build.
I mean, maybe roster building. I don't know, but draft is a little bit different than just purely roster building. But I feel you. Okay,
Yeah.
I just don't remember anybody saying that specifically. But I got you. That could have been said.
Yeah, I could have speculated.
Yeah, it's not important. It's fine.
But still, I mean, so our draft has been nice. So I'm going to trust that we're going to do the right thing. I just don't. I'm just not one with the world's on fire. Again, we still have the offense that we have. Our offense actually got better.
Yeah.
So if you ask, did we digress? Our offense got better. Our defense, I would say, got a little worse.
For now, yeah,
For now.
yep.
I
Yeah.
would say. So,
I mean, the draft will be interesting. I think, definitely like what moves we might be able to make in the draft. That's not something that we're a stranger to. So I think that is a possibility. And that's one of the things I really appreciate from Chris Greer is his aggressiveness. So Deuce also said here, I don't see how you don't pay your most consistent players. That's how the great teams win. Your opinion there?
sure. Again,
Sure.
Zach Sealer.
Yeah.
Again, we're going to overlook this again.
Yeah.
Zach Sealer had the same production. Actually, I don't want to grab my phone, but
Here, I want to pull it up for the audience. So what do you?
can I send you the thing? Are you able
I
to
can
link
just
it
look
or
it
no?
up. I mean, I can just pull it up so they could see their
Yeah,
stats.
just pull it up.
Yeah. So,
But their production was so similar, and it's like, all right, well. And then when you look at the games that Christian Wilkins had his sacks versus games that he didn't have sacks, it's kind of sad.
all right. We're in the Matrix now. Let's go ahead and check it out. So for this season, 63 tackles, 10 sacks, a pick. Let's just kind of keep it simple for us. So 63.
63, 10.
Here. I'm actually putting in the comments with you guys.
You want to do tackle for losses too?
Tackles here. I mean, we can. But and then 10 sacks. Just so I don't forget, because I've been smoking on ganja, so I forget. Whoa, not 19. I put 19 sacks.
See,
No,
there it
that's,
is.
that's not fucking Aaron Donald we got in the backfield or defensive line. So Christian Wilkins. Damn, McCaffrey, I am high.
Damn.
All right, so 65 tackles, 9 sacks, so really similar.
Yeah.
And that's just this year. So the year before, 98 tackles for 3.5 sacks compared to 3.5 sacks, and he had about 20 more tackles. But still, I mean, so hopefully, you're able to.
And then can you look up one more thing? Is Zach Sealer's contract? What did we give him? Like, let's look at how much he's going to cost us next year versus the Christian Wilkins, and then that's your answer. Like. Again, like Zach Sealer has been consistent.
So like 10 million a year.
Yeah. So it's like, bro, you're talking about a $17 million difference for the same production. Now, again, that's not saying that they're the same player, but it's saying that, hey, man, on the field, we're getting this out of him. It's $17 million. So I think we made the right decision for, again, roster building and the reality of what happens in this business. We can all think with our hearts, and I love that. But I mean, it is what it is. And consistent, I mean, we're gonna see.
Yeah,
we're gonna.
So Jaded Spade says hi. And then we got Deuce Andretti here again. I don't think your offensive line got better. So we did lose Connor Williams coming off of ACL. I don't know. We might have downgraded there potentially, at least in the short term. He played great this year.
He blocking wise.
Yeah. Well, what
about 3 bad snaps a game. But again, he's not a natural center. He was a guard.
Yeah. Being cheap don't win you championships.
It's not being cheap. What do you mean? What do you mean?
You just think it wasn't even possible to make the
again, why aren't we asking Christian Wilkins, hey man, why didn't you with the tax difference, no income tax versus state income tax?
I think
right?
Nevada might be the same.
Or it's no state. Oh shit.
But
man, like there's a $6 million difference. You left. Like, why aren't we upset about that? Why aren't we upset that he took the most money possible? Okay. Like, again, he took his side of the business. The Dolphins had to do their side. This is what it is.
It's right here. Nevada doesn't have
an income tax.
Yeah.
Oh shit! You made the right decision.
I agree. I agree with Deuce. Poyer just signed with Miami. Oh, nice.
Oh shit! Look at that. Damn.
Yeah, nice. Breaking news.
Hey,
thank you for that.
Look at that. Defense is getting better.
Yeah, I mean that was the safety position. And also, by the way, Jordan,
my brother said, "Please don't do that too."
Wasn't Jordan Poyer? I think he was supposed to. There was like rumors that he was going to sign with us last year, and then
he was talking about it, and then he re-signed with Buffalo.
Yeah,
everyone thought it was a like him just trying to get more money. But again, he is to
Well,
my brother's concern, he is a little slow.
Jordan Poyer.
Yeah, but
So-
he's fucking good.
Your brother's a Dolphins fan too, and he didn't
Yeah.
want them to do that. Got it. So Huncho says, "Bro, out," and then he said, and then Deuce Andretti says, "Salary cap went up as well." Put me on StreamYard. Chris Jones got his bread. Yeah, no, I mean Chris Jones definitely. He's old.
Yeah, but they also aren't paying for again.
Yeah.
There's other positions. Again, are we gonna let Javon Holland walk next year because we want to resign Christian
Well,
Wilkins?
and but honestly, like these other like replacements, they're not just like hanging out there to replace like guys like Chris Jones. And then some of this, I think, is a matter of like, you know, can you trust the guy in big moments? You know what I mean? Like Chris Jones, you 100% emphatically can trust him.
Dude, him
So
and
it's
Aaron
like-
Donald have both single-handedly like ended games, big
Yeah.
games. Just like, all right, this play, we're blowing up the Garden Center, making the play. And it's like, okay, well, that's
All right, so that link in there, I dropped the link in the chat. If anybody wants to go ahead and hop on, I think you should. You won't see that on Twitter. So if you want to hop in the conversation, you will have to go to YouTube or Twitch to get the link. Anybody over at Twitter, because we do have the most viewers on Twitter. Right now it says 81, so we're super lit right now. Guys, YouTube is where I put most of the content, and your boy is also temporarily shadow banned for telling the truth. They don't want us to get the truth out about Biden.
whoa.
Biden
The
shadow
country.
banned me. Biden shadow banned me from fucking.
I still think it was Beyonce,
YouTube.
but
Yeah, it might have been Beyonce. I don't know.
why did I
Something
say the
happened.
name again?
Yeah, something
We
happened.
gotta stop saying
And they're
the
trying
name.
to fuck your boy on YouTube, but it's all good. That's where most of the content is. Go over there and follow
It's
us.
Puff
Help us
Daddy.
fight that. Help us fight that shadow banning, and also on Twitter. Like I said, we're very heavy with viewers over there. If you guys want to go over there and get involved in the conversation, very cool. So let's see here. We got all the other top 10 DTs got paid. Why not Wilkins? Yeah, why do you want Wilkins to take a fucking pay cut, brother?
It's not the heat.
All right.
Again.
By the way, Jay Hunch, I'm gonna bring you on in 10 seconds. So make sure you're all straight in 10 seconds, brother.
So,
Yep.
So what about again? Does Kansas City what wide receiver are they paying?
Right now?
Yeah, they're not.
No.
They're not. We got Tyreek. So Tyreek Hill costs money.
Yo.
Taylor costs money. Yo.
Yeah, we got
Yo,
you.
yo.
Again, we got to pay Javon Holland next year. So I mean
Yo.
that.
Yo, y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I'm breaking news like Scheffner. Poyer just signed with Miami.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, we saw that. dog.
I actually like that. I actually like that pickup.
Yeah.
I was sad to see Brandon Jones walk. To be honest,
Mhm.
I thought that he fit what Weaver does with the safeties.
Okay.
What Baltimore did with like fuck, what's his name?
Playing the
You know,
three
Stone,
safeties.
Kyle Hamilton.
No, what was the little short one? The fucking
Stone.
No, before him, man, from Seattle. What's his name? I'm spacing on the name right now.
Jamal-
Oh, you're talking about Earl Thomas.
Earl Thomas. I always want to say Earl Little. Yeah, Earl Thomas.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the way they used him. Brandon Jones, when he first came to Miami, was that type of box safety.
Sure.
Perfect. He didn't fit Fangio's scheme at all.
Mhm.
And it's like I thought maybe he would have been great, but he signed it for a decent bit of money there in Denver. So did they say how much we're paying Poyer?
No, I haven't seen it yet. I just jumped on this, trying to get on the stream just to get it on this, but I'm not trying to backtrack it because I know we're on that Wilkins thing. I just want to say, I know I agree 100%. You don't pay Wilkins $27 million a year. That's just asinine. I don't even think I'd pay Chris Jones that money, to be honest. If I'm being real.
Good for him.
Yeah, I don't. But my biggest problem is not the not paying him. It was just that you've seen this coming. It's not like every year he got better. And the chance when you did have to lock him up, you didn't do it. You waited. You put out an offer. Still was a lowball offer. He told you what he was looking for, and then you still didn't put it out. And then now you want to circle back to the table, and this is where we're at right now with him just leaving scotch free. And it's not about just the production. It's just that if we need to build an identity, we haven't had an identity in Miami for it's more than 20 years. I would say about what, like maybe since 98, maybe.
You don't think
What'd
we
you
have
say?
one now?
Huh?
You don't think we have an identity now?
I mean, we're finesse, right? But we got to get away from that. We're talking about teams.
That's what we are.
As a Dolphin fan, we think that we have identity, but the league just looks at us and say, "Hey, you see, they're fucking up again.
Dogs.
Like they can never get it right?"
Yeah,
So, but I
true.
just mean a tone setter. a guy who was a team captain who guys like to play with. Like, he makes plays on the field, and you should see this not just in year 4, year 5 when he's out the door, but year 3, you should have seen this coming and say, hey, let's go ahead and lock this guy up instead of waiting it to play out. And then you see what happens every year. I know ever since me and James ever started talking football, James, what I say about the salary cap in the market?
What that people are going to go in and set the market every time?
Every time every year the market goes up, and this is what D tackles are now. Like, same thing with Robert Hunt. And I understand Christian Wilkins. The Christian Wilkins thing was a little bit more difficult to see. Like, no one thought that was going to go. Like, you could almost see that him getting $25 million a year, but nobody thought fucking Robert Hunt's getting $21 million a year.
No one thought he was going to get. Yeah.
Wait,
No one saw $100 million contract coming for Robert Hunt.
Lamar Jackson's mom's his agent.
Yeah, for real, right? That's just straight. So
Good for
at
him.
that, you're at a lose-lose. But we could have, same thing with Wilkins. I guarantee you last year, if we would have went to Robert Hunt and said, hey, we'll pay you $10 million a year before the season started, he would have took that deal for $10 million.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I mean, yeah, who knows? I mean, I think you are onto something. I mean, and typically this is a strategy that we've seen a lot of teams try to use as far as like getting ahead of it with paying players. Yeah, I mean, honestly, like the players that we're talking about, I feel that, and those are reliable players. Like, I mean, like going into this season, I would have been hesitant to like sign Tua, for example, to an extension, but it's because I feel like there was more that we needed to see from him with like Christian Wilkins specifically. Like, there wasn't really anything I think that we needed to see in order to make him one of the top paying guys.
Yeah, him. But Robert Hunt.
Robert Hunt. I mean,
Robert Hunt really. This was his best year. This was a year that got him that contract. He was one of the highest rated guards all year.
But to Jay's point, if he had already the season before, I feel like we felt pretty confident coming into the season. And Jay's not saying like sign him for $20 million before the season started.
Yeah, you're
it's a
saying
whole nother
lowball
contract we're talking about. Lock him in for 10, and then I mean, I think we'd feel really good having Robert Hunt right now for $10 million. Now, obviously, we're all in agreement. Yeah, $20 million is just, he went and he maxed out his value. So
and again, like, and I know that I know Paul was mentioning this earlier. It is a very deep guard interior offensive line draft. So we can find another replacement for Robert Hunt.
You said defensive tackles.
Defensive tackles are good in this draft too. Yeah.
But we're talking about JPP, Jackson Powers. He could play either position. He can play center. He can play guard. So I feel like we can get a replacement. But this is my problem with the Dolphins. It's about building. Like, how does that look with you get the Robert Hunt, the center that you have now, and then you go out and you draft somebody in the second round as another guard, or you with the 21st pick another guard, and you solidify your offensive line for the next 4 to 5 years. Like, that's what we need to build.
And correct me if I'm wrong, did Robert Hunt not the day before say wasn't it announced that he was coming back on a 1-year deal?
No, he put up a picture of the practice facility and the stadium of Miami, and everyone's basically saying he's saying goodbye.
I thought that I saw on Twitter, or at least a ESPN thing, saying that he was going to sign for a 1-year deal, and then the next day, because I remember saying something to someone about it, and then the next day, it was the Carolina Panthers. My jaw dropped.
He said, "Fuck all that."
I was like, "What?"
They couldn't even get a hold of him. They're trying to call him. Like, you still coming in to sign that contract,
bro? I was hoping for like a 14 mil, 15 million a year. Then he comes up 20 million.
20,
but even 14, 15, that's still too high.
He's a good guard. He's a really good guard.
He is a good guard, but you can find cheaper. And like I said, in this draft, I mean, if I'm Miami, I don't know what the plan is now because it changed a little bit, but I'd have been looking at might even double dipping on guards or interior alignment. That's how good of a draft it is.
No, it is. Like honestly, what I was thinking was I was really looking tight ends. I like Dallin Holker from Colorado State. He's like a poor man's Brock Bowers. It's not. I mean, it's not an insult to him. Brock Bowers, honestly, God, if you watch the tape, especially his blocking film, this might be the best tight end we've at 6'3", 230. Like, he's unbelievable. And like, you have to trade up to get him. But I like
spoken as an Alabama fan that got their ass busted.
Hey, I like Dallin Holker. I like Ian Johnson out of Penn State. His blocking film isn't too good though. Yeah. And then there's one other goddamn Trayvon or something. It's fucked up. I don't remember the name. but Texas. He plays for Texas. Another really good tight end.
Oh,
But,
Javion. You're talking about Javion?
Jatavion, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's pretty good. Especially with the ball in his hands, he fits our offense.
Jatavion Sanders.
Yeah. So there's some really good tight ends there, but us signing Jonnu Smith kind of took us out of that market.
We're done with that.
Yeah, we're done with that. So I mean, it kind of opens up that. Do we go corner? Do we in the second round? Are we going corner first or second round? D tackle first or second round? What are we going? Are we going best available? I mean, we need a corner. It's not enough for debate. Like we have to have a boundary corner.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. Every year, the Miami Dolphins take a big swing, and I think our big swing is going to be at that cornerback position for sure. I mean, if you want to make it work with Jalen Ramsey, he's a great corner, great competitor, but you need somebody just as locked down on the other side because he gets beat. He can't be your primary guard and the number one receiver.
His speed is somewhat of a hinder at times, and especially with the speed coming in the NFL. But you have, I think, like really 4 true lockdown corners in this draft. When you look at
lockdown corners, you said 4 in the draft,
bro. Like
that, Wilding got 4 lockdown corners in the league right now,
bro. Michigan. Well, I'm saying like that's their potential, and I think they can come in and really give you good football. You got the dude from Michigan, forget his name, but I don't think gave up a touchdown all year. What's his name? Cooper? No, what's his name from Iowa? God damn, I'm spacing on names tonight.
The white boy.
Yeah, DeJean. Yeah, Cooper DeJean. So is Cooper. Yeah, he's fucking raw, and he's a return man. And then both Alabama boys, Taron Arnold and Kool-Aid McKinstry.
And don't you want to be a part of history?
I mean, if
Kool-Aid McKinstry honestly is falling down draft boards because he wasn't targeted for his last 2 years as a starter at Alabama, so there's like no tape.
You sound like fucking people that were hating on Daryl Rivas. Like, where's the interceptions at?
Hey, no.
If you're
because of it. So,
Paul, if you're saying that there's a lockdown corner in this draft, we need to draft one at 21 for sure. There's no other question about it.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So I really think.
Hold up, real quick. So, do we not think that there's potential for Cam Smith after last year? We don't even want to see. I mean, I guess I understand not wanting to wait and see, but he didn't even really get an opportunity. So, at least from a play standpoint.
Jay, if you want to go first, you can.
Yeah, Jay, let me know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I understand, Vic Fangio's stuck in his ways, and he's going to say he doesn't play rookies. But if the motherfucker can play, he would have been on the field. Now, does he deserve a shot? Yeah, he probably does, but it's going to have to compete for it. If he's that good, if Cam Smith is that good, now you have a great problem. Now you have 3 really good cornerbacks and with Hader. And so I think that if you know someone's a lockdown, and I haven't studied the cornerback position that much because I just know Chris Greer, what he likes. He's going to want another corner opposite of Jalen Ramsey. He just loves going after – he loves paying cornerbacks, and I agree. That is a premium position, and I felt like that's what he's going to pay for. If he's going to swing, he's going to swing at a cornerback and pay him that money.
Yeah, after we get through all these free agent things before we hop off here tonight, we'll pull up the prospects, and see what that looks like. But right here, I haven't. Yeah, go ahead.
No, what I was going to say real quick, if Cam Smith is actually as good as we thought he was going to be coming out, because again, he was good at South Carolina. Then that's a great, like you said, it's a great problem because in the next year you're looking at, okay, if he's able to start, do we need then Jalen Ramsey, or can we open up more cap space? Now again, I don't want to get rid of Jalen Ramsey. It's just like right now. It's just like right now you're looking at damn Tyreek keeps getting in trouble. Like the guy's going to have more lawsuits than Trump next year during the season, and it's a fucking problem, bro. God damn, like stop
those babies. It's like that guaranteed moolah.
He broke a lady's leg, and then he just get in a physical altercation.
Oh my god! Did you see his messages?
It's like, bro,
he's a sicko.
Is he becoming too much of a distraction?
No.
No, not even close.
He can not 1,900 yards receiving. That's not a distraction at all.
I mean, and regardless,
you can afford to be right there, right?
As long as he can still show up and be that guy, then yeah. I mean, honestly, it is what it is. If he's breaking MILF's legs,
but how do you show up to work right that focused?
Yeah,
especially how focused you got to be if you have that many like legal issues.
Yeah, I mean, I think it could be an escape for some people. There's a lot of players. There's a lot of players. There's a lot of players like
Joking.
that. There's a lot of
So
players.
I mean, with that lady's lawsuit though, come on, that's BS. If you're horse playing around and your leg gets broke, that's what happens when you horse play around, right?
Horse playing. Stop it. This man's 100 years old talking about horse playing. Yeah, he's doing something else.
Nah.
He's telling her to get up on press coverage. He's like, no, you can
get up
press
a
me.
bit.
You can press me. I might press you, mom.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, he's not a
He's
distraction.
actually
He's about 65% of our offense. We need that in Miami. So
Of course.
he can slap captains. He can have 7 children. He can get a
Do whatever he
divorce. He can do all that shit.
Well, from my perspective, though, too, one of the things that I was really impressed with having Tyreek, and we've had this conversation, I think, with both y'all, but having him on the Miami Dolphins, I didn't notice this on the Chiefs, and maybe it was still present, but I really admired his leadership and his consistency, his temperament, how he would act on the sidelines. He acted like somebody that knew that people were looking to him. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like legitimately, one of the most emotional moments of the entire season for me, no bullshit, was when he ran off the field when he got hurt and he ran off the field. I was like, oh, that's real shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just from like
I agree.
just playing the game standpoint, it's like that's what the guys on the sideline want to see, and that means everything in the moment to them. So I think he showed a awareness in those moments. Now, to your point though, there is obviously a lack of, because I mean it goes hand in hand to a certain extent. So there's some kind of lacking of awareness when he's doing all this wild shit, getting fucking several women pregnant.
So
yeah, but I'm cool. I'm taking that. That's what it is. He's living that lifestyle. It is what it is. He chose that life.
the only thought is again, this is not a want. This is just a hypothetical.
Motherfucker did ask to run for too. He didn't ask for that.
Just talking. If you were to like say, hey, listen, man, Cincinnati wants T. Higgins wants out.
No way.
Could we put Waddle on that spot and then bring T. Higgins out,
Absolutely
and then
not.
you give one of them a contract? But no, again, you don't.
Yeah,
It's
Tyreek
just,
is
it's just conversation
he's
because
too
there's
special.
there's so much shit. So it's like as like when does it? But again, be who you can afford to be. You're that great.
Oh, shit, facts.
You're going to be able to like get away with a lot more shit. It's unfair to everybody else, but hey,
You can afford the legal fees.
hey, listen, when you're running that fast and you're that productive,
That's part of why he worked that hard, man. Was
All
to
right.
afford that. That's what come on.
he wanted to be able to afford himself the ability to do what he wants. Okay.
Do you really risk your job on drafting day one starters in the draft? By the way, this is what Deuce said. I mean, I think
It's kind of your job, right?
Well, I mean, and to a certain extent, I don't know how much of a choice you have. You just have to be smart about what positions you're asking to start and what players, and that goes with evaluating the talent, what positions have a wealth of starters in the draft. And all you can do is project that. To your point, Deuce, there's always a risk involved in that. When you draft, we've seen mad people draft quarterbacks first, second, third overall, and they lost their job about that shit. Yeah, go ahead.
No, but like if you look at who just won the Super Bowl, we can always point at Mahomes because that's again one of the best 2-minute drives I've ever seen in my entire life. But he is. It wasn't even 2 minutes. It was just the end of the game. He just iced the game. But yeah, it was 2.
He
but
wins every
anyways,
time.
but that defense is what kind of like kept them in everything. Again, like you look at like there was times in that game in the Super Bowl where their offense wasn't moving the ball at all. And their defense had to step up. Their defense had to make plays. Their defense had to. L'Jarius Sneed had to knock a fumble out of the half-yard line, right?
Yeah.
So when you look at that team, that defense is built around day one starters. You look at Bolton. You look at Sneed. You look at. I mean, I forget the safety's name again. I'm horrible with names tonight, and I apologize.
Well, I mean, but the thing is, how many of those guys are you asking to come in and be like they're replacing a difference maker? I don't know. And then you're not necessarily replacing that difference maker. I guess that's where our concern comes from, is like with Xavier Howard at his best, true difference maker. Can we replace that with a day one corner, like even Joe Horn or something like that? Like that's not really replacing top of the end Xavier Howard, although like a Sauce Gardner would. But it's like, you know what I mean?
But what again? Let's be honest about what X has given us. It hasn't been top tiered cornerback play.
But at the time, but when he's healthy and when he was across from Jalen Ramsey, we were expected to see, and we did see.
That
definitely
But
improvement.
I think again, let's say like this again next season.
Just keep him away from Stephon Diggs. We'll be all right.
Yeah, but like next season, if we don't sign, like we're gonna have to sign Javon Holland
or Rashid Rice.
Yeah.
God
facts.
damn.
Yeah, God damn.
Yeah, he's gonna go
But-
play with one of those guys.
Well, that's what I mean. That's just what it is. Is just the NFL's coming. If you're gonna play man to man or zone beaters, you run crossers to
Oh my
fuck with
God, they're
people
wide open.
to fuck with people in their zones, and that's what they did. They used it to our advantage. But yeah, X is not a whole field cover guy. He's more of a I wouldn't say an island, but he's like he has a third of the field and he does great job.
He's a great cover 3 corner.
Who was the corner that he was across from? I feel like there wasn't it.
Brandon Jones.
Didn't we?
No, not Brandon
before that.
Jones. Fuck, what's
Grimes.
Grimes. What's the one that we had to cut that we paid? Byron Jones.
Oh yeah, Byron Jones.
I'm
Yeah,
talking about before that. I felt like we had him and another young corner at the same time. Although maybe I'm getting that mixed up with Sean Smith and fucking Vontae Davis.
John Smith.
Yo, man, we had so
Sean
much.
Smith was
We
that
had
dog,
so
man.
much high hopes in those two too, man.
No, yeah, I still fucked with him.
I like
But
Vontae.
the team, we were just getting our ass busted in general.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, it's
Yeah.
hard.
Quarterback play again.
Well, by the way, when we talk about Mahomes, and I mean, we don't need to make this about a fucking Mahomes, you know, a fest or anything, but I think that like when you have that kind of like player on the other side, though, you can galvanize those players and get more out of them, and like they're
100%.
they're playing for something. They always know they're playing for something. So even
They
if
ever
you-
play more loose also. Sorry to cut you out there, but yeah, because they're able to play more loose with knowing that, hey, if we do fuck up, we got a bad guy.
sure.
So it's like, hey,
Sure.
let me take this shot. No breaking on the ball as opposed to playing the player, and then you get more plays.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean it's again, man. Who is that guy?
Tua. So
Not
what the
Mahomes,
fuck? How
not
do we get back to
Mahomes.
Tua?
I'm not gonna. It's about the Dolphins.
Yeah, we are talking about the Dolphins.
Yeah.
So here, I guess, I mean, I want to get into some of these other signings.
Well,
Did you have
what was your answer to do you think we got worse or got better?
I think for right now we're worse. I think that's good. But I mean, like I said, I think that we're worse, but I don't think that we couldn't compete for the division. So it's like I think that we could possibly still beat the Buffalo Bills and the other two teams. I would feel like we should be favorited against Jets and the Patriots, who, by the way, just let go Mac Jones. So
We're trading them to
they're
Jacksonville.
definitely. I mean, not that
It's just
he's
wild.
they probably got better just off that move, but,
Bro,
but no, it's legitimately.
Why they get? I was like, Judy, right? No, who got
Browns?
Browns, yeah, Browns got Judy. Who did the Jags bring in?
Jags brought in Mac Jones.
Oh, Gabe
Davis.
yeah.
Gabe Davis. Yep. Which I was going to ask, like, do you want to see us draft? Because again, talk about deep draft. Receivers in this draft are deep.
Yeah.
So like,
there always are, and that's my
Right.
argument. I know not to get off topic, but that's why I'm saying I don't think we pay Waddle all that money when it comes down to it, because you can find another receiver that can't give you what Waddle gives you,
Hey,
but
don't
you
look
can
at
get
Dolphins
somewhere.
Twitter.
yeah.
They're gonna
production.
make you feel guilty.
Bro,
I'll be
why are
honest.
you
They're gonna
stopping
make
me?
you
Why
feel
are you
guilty,
just,
Jay.
bro? Why are you
If-
just bringing my guy
if you
out of
look
the? Why are we doing this? What are you
if-
doing?
If you look at
Bro.
Dolphins Twitter, bro, if you mention anything about not extending fucking Waddle, we'll act
Bro,
like you are.
hey, I'm
Bro,
gonna be the
you're going
I'm gonna be the one to tell you, y'all
Waddle.
motherfuckers is gonna be sick when he's asking for $30+ million a year.
Yeah, man.
Dog, hey, give it to Steve Smith Jr. I don't care. Hey, but listen,
Y'all,
be real.
hey, that motherfucker's gonna be asking for number
Very
one
bad.
receiver money when it
Look.
comes down to it, and then you got to make another decision like the Christian Wilkins. Are you gonna literally pay him? Unless you're gonna get off of Tyreek Hill. Now, if you tell
Got
me
to.
like, hey,
Tyreek Hill's old and beating up people. I'm just
hey,
kidding.
if you say, hey, we're moving off of Tyreek Hill, then okay, I can see that. But
It's Tyreek.
right now, how it's constructed, bro, I don't
Tyreek
see
might
a
retire.
way
Maybe
Waddle's back with us.
Yeah, I think
he might retire.
I think Tyreek could retire in the next 2 years, to be honest. And I think a lot of the conversations, I don't know if y'all listen to this podcast or anything like that, but he has pretty open conversations about that. And
Yeah, he
that
does.
he's thinking about retirement and has that in mind. And yeah, and I mean, all kinds of other shit. He's a wild boy.
Yeah, but he ain't gonna leave. If you look at how his contract is structured, right
like
now,
50 or something like that on the back.
Lab McConkey round 3.
Oh,
we don't have a third round pick though.
We are because Christian Wilkins signed a contract.
No, we don't get that. We get that 2025, bro.
Oh fuck! I thought that was the next. God damn, that's
No, good to know.
No,
Man.
we're gonna be rich next year with picks, but we don't get it this year. We get it
Man,
in
bro.
2025.
we really
And we get another one because our defensive coordinators are minority. So we're gonna have 3 right now.
Hey,
Third round
what?
pick.
I thought we gave up that. That's why I thought that rule was kind of fucked up. It goes to the
No,
team.
you receive one. That's why San Francisco been doing what they've been doing, and they've been eating. Everyone's like, "Hey, how's San Francisco so good?" It's because they kept accumulating all these third round picks.
Well, no, I think it's because
The minority coach gets hired.
Yeah, I think it's because they're developing those coaches, and then those coaches go and get hired. So they got one for Saleh, they got one for McDaniel.
Yeah, but it doesn't come from the team that hired the coach. I mean, you hire a minority coach and then lose a draft pick.
Oh, that'd be so.
I mean,
Yeah,
like,
you don't. No, you receive one. If you any coordinator position, you get a pick for it, and that's what they got for the Steve Wilkes. So that's why they were going D'Amico, and then they got Steve Wilkes in there.
Oh.
So they're playing this. They were playing the smart over there.
I'm just saying we need to find a
My
6'3",
timeline would look like fucking Soul Train, brother.
a 6'2", 6'3" slot. Dude, should we bring back Claypool?
Fuck.
Hell no.
Absolutely
Hey.
not. That guy, by the way, Deuce, I'm glad you hopped in. That's the perfect time for you to comment. You need this fucking goddamn. You need an answer for Chase Claypool. This is a Notre Dame guy. He'll know how to fucking act.
Notre Dame's a bum. They always bust.
Yeah, he's a fucking bitch. Cannot stand him. He's one of
St. Brown's wrong.
he's one of the players that I was most like. He seems aloof. He's the Jordan fucking Poole of the NFL for real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he's
need
wild. He fucked us up running wrong routes, and he just couldn't get it together. And I get it. He came, part of the season, so you got to learn, fit in.
But if he takes league men or some shit, like why not?
This motherfucker has a 49-inch vertical.
He's so.
I'm not going there. But we do need
potential.
We do need a wide receiver.
Crazy.
We do need a wide receiver 3. The only problem is that they say that this offense is so complicated to learn that that rookie's not going to get to pick it up in that.
Just
first
fucking
year.
keep River Craycraft. God damn it.
That's
him.
probably what they're going to do. They're probably going to go to Craycraft.
God damn it. 20 of them are going to be for first downs.
No, bro.
3 are going to be for touchdowns.
We need to get better.
Yeah.
These.
So he catches it and falls down. That's all he does.
And also, I don't know why. So you're saying that they don't believe that we can have a wide receiver come into our offense and learn it in 1 year? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's what they're saying. They're saying that it's so complex. The offense is so complex.
Fucking readers, okay? They're smart people.
Yeah, I'm thinking, brother. I mean,
listen, there's less head contact. There's less head trauma. These kids are smart, okay? They're not like us.
Remember when Chad Ochocinco came to the Dolphins and he could have figured that offense out, bro. That shit, we had 4 plays,
bro. That I've never seen somebody drop off so fucking hard, bro.
That
was crazy.
He got that, bro. That was at the time where when you got in trouble for that shit, like it was over.
Yeah, I liked him a lot.
It was over.
He dropped way off, bro. Like he couldn't even get off the line. Like he was.
He got
He literally didn't know. And I remember them talking about that during the game. Was like he was saying before the game when we talked to him, he's still trying to learn plays. This was for the Dolphins and the Patriots. He was wild. Yeah, I don't know.
Well,
I don't know what was happening. He might have been illiterate. I'm gonna be honest, and no disrespect for him. But you end up finding out people are illiterate. Real shit.
Yeah,
I
mean,
when you're in every day, I assume everybody I meet, I'm like, okay, knows how to read. That's really not how it is. Yeah, motherfuckers don't.
Hey, don't do my dog like that. He was a killer over in fucking Cincinnati.
But it's not even a reading issue. It's like you can't read the fucking line and arrows, bro. It's not there. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know, but and I'm gonna hop off after this because you guys been doing a great. Y'all been going in. Just to answer, did we regress or not?
Yes.
Yesterday, I thought we regressed fucking big time. Like I was like, yo, what are we doing, right? But I'm not gonna lie, Greer is low key. He's cooking. He's cooking for real. Like,
nice,
bro.
He's cooking.
This team's starting out, bro. I love the line. Tell me how much you like the linebacking core.
Yo, the linebacker, amazing, fucking amazing. Like
amazing.
That's what I'm talking about. We need to upgrade, not step back. So I mean, he has a couple more holes we have to look at. I mean, they just signed Poyer, so at least he's looking into these things. Now with Poyer, I get it. He's old. He's injury prone. that just means
Right.
we're going to sign. We're going to go ahead and draft the safety with that first or second round pick for sure, and have Poyer come in and give him that tutelage, and we'll see what we can get out of that safety position for sure. Now, because Poyer can't start the whole year, we know that.
Now, Jay, before you hop off here, I do
Homework
want
on
to get
Josh
this
Allen.
answer from you though. So Tua, obviously, that's the question that's hanging out there. I don't remember who broke this, but somebody was saying, yeah, exactly that, over 50.
Over 50.
So
Yeah, no
ahead.
quarterback. I mean, as we all know. So obviously, there's people who know sports, and then there's people who don't know sports. Obviously, you guys know sports, right?
Appreciate it.
So nobody in the NFL is getting paid over $50 million a year. It's just a balloon number that you can make up to. So it just makes the agent sound great. It's great for the quarterback. It's great for the league to say, hey, we're getting paid more, but nobody gets that. Nobody sees that money. It's all about that guaranteed money.
Guaranteed.
So that's what it is. 100%. The Dolphins are going to have to go up and lock up Tua this offseason. Not right now before the draft, but definitely before the season starts. You better lock them up, or you're going to get into another situation just like this Christian Wilkins thing, and it's going to get ballooned. And I'm not saying teams are going to be out there lining up for Tua. It's just that's what the market is going to be. So you have to pay this guy now, because he just threw for almost 5,000 yards last year, played every game. Well, it wasn't all on Tua why we didn't make it last year any further. So he proved it. Pay the man now. Try to get him on a little discount. I would say, hey, try to mirror that Kirk Cousins deal. Maybe throw in like three more million somewhere in there, make him feel good. But yeah, we got to pay this dude, and it better happen now. And also, before I log off, we're gonna have hella cap space next year. So that's why I think this year we're gonna put a competitive team on the field, but next year is gonna be where we swing for the Super Bowl with all our picks, and we're going to release Bradley Chubb more money. So we're going to have a hell of a lot of cap space come next year.
Yeah.
I like it.
No, I love it. Well, man, thank you for hopping on. I appreciate it.
your turn on Tua there. I'm glad that you're a believer.
You said what?
Your turn on Tua. He's trying to throw a little bit of slight.
I'm not.
Oh, no. I mean, no. It's never been a turn or a swipe on Tua. My only thing is that we have to be smart and pay him from the right price. Like,
right. Can I ask you this? Like really, if Justin Herbert, and again, this isn't a apples to apples talent, arm strength, athleticism, and size comparison. This is when you're looking at production, the past 2 seasons, when you're looking at win-loss record, when you're looking at certain things, if Herbert's getting paid $50 million plus, shouldn't Tua get paid $50 million plus?
Yeah, but the thing is, the argument that what people are going to give you is that the coaching that he had is not as good as what Tua has, because we've seen Tua with bad coaching. Like, bruh, we might have started you some of those games. I mean, when Brian Flores was out there,
I would have. I'd have got him out of there for sure.
Yeah, like we were like, bro, this experiment's not going to work. So I think with Harbaugh coming in, we're going to see a real different Justin Herbert for sure, because he did have the weapons. So I can't sit here and say, because a lot of people say, well, he didn't have the weapons. He did have some weapons. It's just that the coaching, the situation that he's in wasn't a good fit.
As bad as Anthony Lynn may have had like some bad decisions as an offensive coach, I mean, as a head coach, him as an offensive coordinator is still a really good offensive coach. They had a really good system. Kellen Moore is a good offensive coordinator. Like I don't think the offensive play calling was an issue.
Did Dak Prescott have his best career after Kellen Moore left?
But come on, Mike McCarthy.
Okay, all right.
Like and also like just growth. Again,
Dak Prescott
Kellen Moore's offense is not bad. That offense is not bad. Dak Prescott
threw a shit ton of interceptions the year before. Like he might have led the league and didn't even play all the games or some shit. I did something like that.
Yeah.
But Jay, I don't want to hold you, brother. I'll hold you here all night, man. For real.
Nah. Y'all are good, but I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna see definitely gonna see a different Justin Herbert. We are gonna pay Tua. We just got to make sure we keep it in that Kirk level. So that if we miss that train, that means that, hey, next year we're really going to be having to pay him like $55 million a year.
Right.
So go ahead and lock it up now. Learn from the mistakes. Learn from the mistake on this Christian Wilkins and Robert Hunt thing, and let's start signing some of our players now before they go.
Sign Waddle, sign Tua, sign Holland. Keep him.
Keep everybody.
Yeah, I mean Holland's going to be a tough one though.
But he's one of the best free safeties in the league.
He is, but you see what's going on. Look how many free safeties they just released. There's like a market going on right now, just like with that running back market. They're not evaluating.
Sign him now.
Sign him now. I agree. Sign him fucking now before it gets too crazy. But there's something going on with this safety thing right now. They're trying to devaluate the position just like the running backs. Like they're not trying to play safeties to big money, and Holland ain't gonna go for that.
No,
he's gonna walk.
He's gonna want his money.
Yeah, rightfully so.
I don't blame him.
But all right, Jay, man, I appreciate you. You're always welcome on here, man. So just let me know. We'll set it up. Great to get your insight on here, man.
Yes,
all right, cool.
Yes, sir. What up, buddy?
All right. Yeah, let's get into some of these other signings here.
Yeah,
we can get off the Dolphins because we're going to be back. We're going to be talking about these players all year for real. So, yeah. So, I think
I love this time of the year. Like, honestly, like football season is year round. I don't care what nobody says.
Yeah.
You got so much going on at all times. You got pro days, you got spring football in college, which, man, I can't wait for Alabama's season this year. People are expecting a downfall, and I do not think so. So,
you think there's going to be any effect? Like, you think there's going to be a down year at all, or?
I don't think a down year. I think that the team was really young last season. Now we lost a lot, but we also kept a lot. Like again, when you look at our roster, it's fucking talented. We also got a lot in the transfer portal. So when you look at it, we have one of the most experienced offensive lines, and we upgraded at center, which actually he's not even listed as a starting center, the one that transferred from Washington, which I think that's formality. Yeah. I think he will be the starting center.
DeBuer doesn't want to be playing favorites.
Exactly. And then Jalen Milroe is definitely going to win that job, and he's only going to get better. He's worked on his throwing motion.
The fact this motherfucker is having to win jobs still,
bro. Listen, hey man, Jalen Hurts. Hey, that's the pressure, and you know what? That's pressure. Alabama. I don't agree with it necessarily, but it is what it is. But he worked on his throwing motion, and fixed that lower half, buddy. It looks good.
Yeah, no, I like that. So I did have another question, but I want to stick on. I don't want to stick on this for too long. We can come back to it.
Go.
But just because when I edit this, sometimes I'll be editing it, and I'll have a video in just in the middle of it.
Or I'm on a random rant that I'll get. Yeah, my bad.
It's any of us.
That's what you get. Okay.
Well, the thing is,
it's a gift and a curse.
I like that. It doesn't bother me for like podcasts that I listen to. So usually, definitely not a big thing. It's just this this draft thing is a big topic that we're going through. So I definitely want to make sure that we're able to be concise with our opinions on it. So let's go position to position. That seems like that's how this is set up, and that'll be just pretty easy. So quarterbacks are first. Kirk Cousins, according to PFF, is the top quarterback in the free agency. This is PFF, by the way. So these are all going to be based off their gradings of these players. So he went to the Atlanta Falcons, 4 years, $180 million. So he obviously one of the savviest businessmen that we've ever had come into the NFL.
What is that, 45?
This man, Kirk Cousins, does not love you. Just know that. He will pack this shit up. He
wants his money.
Yeah, he wants his money. He's not playing for the love of shit. He needs his fucking money.
How many years?
4 years.
Yeah, 45. Good mental math, buddy.
Nice. So then I'm going to get your opinion on these one by one, but we have Baker Mayfield right after that. Re-signed with his team, Tampa Bay Bucks, 3 years for $100 million. And interesting. And then
that's actually fair enough for Baker.
And then we could do Russell Wilson here, Pittsburgh Steelers, $1.2 million. And then I'll just throw Gardner Minshew in as a, kind of extra. These are the guys that are going into their jobs as the starting quarterbacks, essentially, is why I want to touch on these names specifically. And we can get into some of the other guys that moved around, but these guys I think are going into the teams with the idea that they will be the starting quarterback. Definitely with Kirk Cousins and Baker Mayfield, and then Russell Wilson I think has a pretty good handle on that. Gardner Minshew, I'm sure it'll be a situation where he'll have to go in and compete, but I think there's a good idea that he's going to come out and be the starter there. So how do you feel about each of these? Kirk Cousins, let's start there. Atlanta Falcons.
I think that Kirk always knows how to secure a bag. Good for him. Yippee. Can't hate on it at all. I think it's actually a fair price for him. I mean, it's below the top tier quarterbacks. It's right there around that what's going to be at the top of the tier 3, tier 2, bottom tier 2 quarterbacks as far as pay. And that's about where he's at. So I think, dude, he's a good, listen, we can always hate on it just because it's Kirk Cousins and it's fun, but when you really break it down, the guy's a really good quarterback. He plays the position the right way, and I mean, he makes the throws that he needs to make.
Yeah, I think that could just be a little boring for some people.
Yeah,
but I mean, I agree with you.
Boring, it don't matter.
I think that he's a unique case as well because he's a little bit of a journeyman as far as like he bounces around a little bit, but everywhere he goes, he picks up the offense and performs. And I think this is an interesting career path that we're seeing. So I mean, I don't really have an issue with it. This will be his legacy a little bit.
Yeah. like I can't wait to see the whole how far the jewelry shit goes.
Oh yeah,
in Atlanta,
I'm sure. Yeah,
this should open it up for Pitts, and this is if Pitts can't get it with Kirk Cousins going, because I mean he loves his fucking tight ends. Then
as far as the jewelry, by the way, just as it's a side topic, Quavo was already talking like, "Hey man, let my man come down here," and said something like, "We're calling him Kirko Frost or some shit."
See, bro, he fits Atlanta, bro. I love it.
Yeah, he's an interesting.
He's corny ass, bro. Listen, but he's like the nicest guy. If you watch his quarterback, bro, he's like this.
He's
a real like. Nice guy.
Would we say he's in his prime?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's gonna be interesting coming off an Achilles.
Sure. Yeah.
We're gonna see how he bounces back again. Modern medicine is modern medicine. I believe in it. I think that we're gonna have to see how he bounces back. But the offense, it really fits what he does. You're gonna have a strong running game with a strong running back that catches the ball really well. And if you look at his running backs, they usually catch the ball. His tight ends he likes to go to, and then he has.
I wanted to ask you about a specific comp real quick, just before we get too far past where we were at. Kirk Cousins, Matt Ryan, prime. How do you feel about who would you take? I guess is really the question.
Oh, that's interesting. I guess Matt Ryan, to be fair. I mean,
okay, all right, just curious. Yeah,
I mean, just to be fair to Matt Ryan. I mean, I think that Kirk does things better, and I think that it's no insult to Kirk. But when you look at that time of Matt Ryan, I mean, he was kind of that's what gives him he had Julio,
who you believe is the best wide receiver of all time, right?
I think
he's in the conversation.
He's in the conversation.
Yeah.
I think that people are going to pick it apart because that's what people do. But when you break it down, you listen to what
say I'm wrong,
and you listen to what DBs have said, and you really break it down.
Yeah,
I mean, in their prime, you would take probably Randy, and then I mean the best of their ability, Julio. I mean, it's just the way I go. People put Calvin there. I mean, I get it.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyways, I think Kirk's. I think it's a good deal for Atlanta. I think it's going to be interesting. That division, he's going to a division that he can win, and in the same division, you got Bake.
The other rumor for this team was Justin Fields was heavily in the conversation for the Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah, I'd rather have
Kirk.
Yeah, 100%.
All right, so that's interesting. I mean, obviously, I don't know, Justin Fields with the amount of talent they have.
Yeah, but
really advantageous.
But the talent really doesn't matter if you're not getting the ball on schedule, right?
Yeah.
Like it's with Justin Fields, there's going to be big plays.
Sure.
But are you going to have consistent offense? With Kirk Cousins, you're going to have consistent offense.
I think they signed Darnell Mooney, by the way.
Who? The Falcons?
I'm pretty sure.
Shit, dude. That's with Drake London, Darnell Mooney, Kyle Pitts, who he should be. Bijan Robinson. And then who's the other receiver there? I'm going to space, but anyways, doesn't matter. He has it to where as long as you can get the ball off on schedule and you get the ball to the open guys, that's what's going to work on that offense.
Yeah.
So
okay. Well, either way, I just wanted to mention that because that was a rumor. So Baker Mayfield here re-signs with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 3 years, $100 million. So that's like $33 million a year, about.
Which again, I think when we were talking, we were saying Baker's a $30 million guy. So that's right there. I think it's good. I feel good for Baker. It's kind of like a 2-year thing. 2-year, and we'll see. But at least he's going in somewhere where it's like, hey, listen, this is my team, this is my building.
So good for Baker. And you think the Bucs made the right decision there?
Yeah, and I think the Bucs made the right decision. I think that they get a quarterback that took him to the playoffs last year while he was kind of shaky, knowing where he was going to be. And I think that confidence means a lot. You see it everywhere. When you feel at home and you feel like I don't have to look over my shoulder, you get to play better. And I think that he's only going to get better. I think that his experiences have really humbled him. You see a different Baker, and I think he's more living in the moment Bake. And I like it for Tampa. I like them bringing back Mike Evans.
Yeah,
we're going to see they probably draft another playmaker. That offensive line is really good. They did lose Jensen. He retired. So again, you're looking at another team that can go for the center from Oregon.
I think, but also like to your point, this is, I mean, $33 million is a lot of money, obviously, but this does still give that team. And if you are going to say that Baker Mayfield's limited in some way, you still be able to put a really great team around him. I mean, that's key there. So I mean, yeah, you can win. He's not breaking the bank.
No, he's not,
and you have a long-term commitment. You
Right.
have a long-term commitment there for so you have the quarterback as long as he continues to play like he does. But he's not breaking your bank. Usually most teams have to break their bank in order for that peace of mind. Literally, that peace of mind costs you $50 million a year.
And if he doesn't perform to what you expect this season, then you draft a quarterback next year, which again, that's where you're going to have some more good quarterbacks coming out. And then you kind of have that bridge year. I mean, there's options there.
Yeah.
I mean,
or he could be your guy for 8 years.
Yeah, exactly. Or he performs to what you expect. Well, I think he could, and then you keep him around, and there it is. I mean, you don't have to be the best quarterback in the league to get long-term contracts. It's impossible to do that.
Sure.
There's one best quarterback in the league.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's like, I don't hate it at all. I like it.
So Russell Wilson, I want to go ahead and touch on this. The Pittsburgh Steelers, $1.2 million. And for those of you guys that know, he was released. So Denver broke that contract. So they're still paying him out like $32 million or something like that.
Hey, we said it last week. This was a move for Pittsburgh. And hey, man, good shit. I as somebody who's married to a Pittsburgh fan, I'm happy for.
How do they feel?
They're happy. They're happy. My husband. That's funny, but they're happy. But at the end of the day, like it's because of the money. You're happy. The worst that you're getting is a guy who's won the Super Bowl, who's been to another.
Yeah.
With
you all the tell him to go fuck off.
With all the experience.
If there's any issue.
Yeah. But you're getting a one for $1.5 million. You're getting somebody with some of the most pedigree in the NFL to mentor Kenny Pickett, or you're getting Russell Wilson beating him out and giving you solid quarterback play on a team that is built.
I think
just solid quarterback.
The pay is such a unique thing. I think we might have been in a really interesting place with Russell Wilson had he hit free agency and not had that 32 million or whatever he's getting paid. So he had this, flexibility with how much he can go ahead and we may have ended up seeing him go and be a backup quarterback for the Giants or something. You know what I mean? To get any money, to get any money though, at that point. Cause I mean, you would have had to go to somebody's desperate. The Steelers, they're such a great organization. They're not going to overpay for something that could put them in position like the fucking Broncos. That's wild.
Honestly, you're able to pay him cheap. And listen, man, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Do you think who would you rather take in at this point in their careers? When Tannehill left Miami.
Well, that's actually the next person we're going to talk about. Then we're going to move on past quarterbacks. Not signed yet. Only top 5 quarterback according to PFF that, as far as free agents go, that's not signed.
So would you rather have Tannehill when he was leaving Miami or his second year in Tennessee? Or would you rather have Russell Wilson now? And then I asked that because the offense is Arthur Smith's offense, which
I mean
is the offense that he went off in that year.
Probably Russell Wilson because the pay. But I mean, if the pay was the same, I don't know. That's real close. That's not and I mean, I don't feel great about either of them. Don't get it twisted, obviously. So yeah, I mean, because Russell Wilson's only commanding the 1.2, and Ryan Tannehill is probably in the position that Russell Wilson might have been in, where he's looking to get paid like a starting quarterback, and teams are looking at him like, I don't know if you're gonna start for us.
But
so Ryan Tannehill could be out here trying to get $30 million a year, and teams are looking at him like, bro, no.
But like point being that this offense with Arthur Smith is a play action offense for the quarterback where it's simple reads, and they're shopping Deontay, but you have George Pickens, you have Darnell Walker, you have Frymouth, you have Najee Harris and Jalen Warren. You have all this talent where they're going to run the ball just like they did in Tennessee with Derrick Henry. Right, with a 2-headed monster, and it's just play action football.
With Najee Harris, who barely fucking run last year.
Yeah, but they get a scheme. But again, you have a quarterback
run forward fast.
Bro, you have a quarterback who Russell Wilson last year was 11 touchdowns and 1 interception with play action pass.
Yeah,
and an offense is going to be play action pass. So I think it works.
I want to get to some of these comments. So, look, I'm not sure exactly how we're saying your name. So Sinui. or Sinu WY. I don't know. We'll just I'll use the excuse that I'm high, but also that I'm stupid. So let's see. We said Steel, and by the way, on Twitch, appreciate you. By the way, most of our content is on YouTube. But right now we're shadow being on YouTube, so we're experimenting with some shit. So Steelers are winning free agency. It's not even close. Oh damn.
Oh,
Okay, came through with the fucking dropped his.
Yo,
nuts
they
in the
did
can.
get Patrick Queen.
Oh yeah, that was fire.
But we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there.
We're gonna get there. We're definitely gonna get there. We're gonna go position by position. So when we get to linebacker, I'm curious if he's a top-rated linebacker, probably.
Yeah.
So Steelers are getting a steal. I agree with that. The money just it makes total sense. Russell Wilson is better than Pickett.
You hope. I think so. I
Rudolph.
believe so. I agree. But we will see. We will see.
I also agree. And the thing
Kenny
is,
Pickett was held
but
back. He
the
was
thing
held
is-
back by fucking Matt Canada, who sucked at LSU. I don't get how he was a coach in the NFL.
but the thing is, to your point, to both your guys' points, it's like I agree with you too. Like Russell Wilson is probably better than Kenny Pickett, but even if he's not, then you're paying him what you would pay any backup less than what you would pay any other backup
he would be
quarterback.
the best backup
And he
quarterback
has-
ever.
And he has Super Bowl pedigree, MVP caliber seasons under his
Exactly.
belt. So I mean, yeah, he has a lot of.
You can't replace that knowledge.
as long as
You
he's not.
can't.
As long as he's not a complete
dick.
fucking asshole. Which would be
Right, then it's not my job. It's not my job.
Oh,
to
yeah,
make
it's not
him
my
better. It's like,
job.
fuck you.
And now look at you, Ryan Tannehill. Now
Yeah.
that's the only job that anybody will hire you for. Come in here
Right.
and try to
Come
help
on.
somebody, and you can't even get a fucking job because
Listen, and I
Why?
told you before.
Yeah.
I want to listen. I want to. If you're a quarterback like with that attitude, I'm not fucking hiring you because listen, I'm not signing you, hiring you. I'm not signing you because at the end of the day, if you're not going to sit there and bust everything that you have to prep our starter for the week ahead because we need that, then and you're not going to do it because you want that sliver of hope that you'll get him in and get the chances. And you're not a movie, bitch.
well, but hold on,
But
but
I'm not
maybe
gonna- sorry,
but
not calling him a
it is
bitch.
it is a little bit different than
he
that.
carries guns.
Who, Ryan Tannehill? Fuck him, honestly.
Fuck it.
Never
Like,
come
I
back
hate
to
that
Florida.
motherfucker.
Never come back to Florida, bro. Yeah, like honestly, like, that's one person. If I had the opportunity to duel somebody, he'd be high on the fucking list as a Dolphins fan.
Dude, no, I just hit a drag on 3rd and 14.
But like so you are right, but it is a little bit different because at that time he was the starting quarterback. So they went and they drafted somebody. He was still presumably the starter, and he's like, I'm not going to prepare the person that's in wake for my job. It's not necessarily like, I mean, and he may have done this as well because he's a dickhead, but it's not necessarily the same as like you are a backup quarterback and you're like, I'm not gonna help in preparation. That's a little bit different than I think what he was doing.
So if you're like
Yeah.
Washington, sorry, damn. If you're Washington,
Yeah.
would you look at signing him for what, like 14, 15? I'm 20 mil. I mean, you can't give him 30. I mean, that's
There's no amount of money
again,
I'd feel
30
comfortable-
million is bridge quarterback money, right?
There's no amount of money I'd feel comfortable putting in that man's hands. I think he's definitely signing for a 1-year deal because he's going to probably want more than what the market. That's probably why he hasn't signed.
What
He
team
wants
needs
a fucking shit quarterback.
the Giants?
Yeah, I mean the Giants
Him
need
and
somebody.
Daniel Jones.
so they-
deal it out.
And the thing is, because they
Come
need,
back to Miami, be your backup, right? No,
They need
keep that
somebody-
away from us and the
They-
fan base.
they need somebody because
Redcoats.
Brian Dable. I'm not. I don't think that the seat is like sizzling, but I do think
It's heating.
yeah, I do think that he needs to show and prove something.
Burners on.
So by the end of this season, I think the Giants are going to want to see something. So Daniel Jones, for that reason, has a short leash if he even starts the season as a starter. To be honest, I'm sure they'll do their due diligence on the quarterbacks in the draft and so on and so forth. So, all right. So Ryan Tannehill, basically, we all agree it's fuck him. Yeah, who could use a quarterback? I mean, so the Vikings, they signed Sam Darnold, so they're probably just rocking with him.
yeah.
But they did lose.
Bro,
Kirk.
how does some quarterbacks just keep getting chances?
Yeah, my dog just threw that off the phone. How does Drew Lock got a job with the Giants. I mean, expectations. And then also like Sam Darnold, he kept himself off the field last year. So it's like, I don't know. Yeah, you just didn't see anything. So there's still expectations. I think he's still living off that a little bit. People were really sold on, bro. Obviously we know he's what, like second overall pick in that draft. So I mean, people were sold on him. I did not get it. He looked like a fucking goofball in college, in my opinion. How he just, yeah, he was another one of those guys that kind of like, there was the only wow moments that I saw with him were times where he made plays that were completely off time. And it's like, okay, well, that's cool, but you did a fucking Tebow pass for fucking 30 yards. I don't know. I'm not drafting you off that, brother.
No.
That's honestly, but in contrast, I'm a believer in Caleb Williams because I don't think it's exactly like that's why we didn't really get into last time Caleb Williams being like, I feel like he has to be one of the most hated prospects of all
We'll
time.
see, man.
He gets fucking heaters.
Does he?
What?
Come
yes,
on.
bro.
He's
some of the
also
shit I see
portrayed
said-
as the best quarterback ever.
Some of the shit that I see said about him is like the shit that Cam Newton thought was being said about him. For real, you know what I mean? When Cam Newton had cameras follow him just so he could be upset at the fucking draft. Oh my god,
bro.
they want me to throw. Okay, yeah, brother. Before we fucking drafted first fucking overall,
I'm not going to hate on. I've already hated on Caleb. I'm not going to.
Cam is special, but the thing is,
we'll see. Again, we'll
like,
see.
There's shit like that.
He's really good.
Caleb, my bad. No, I said Cam.
Yeah,
I thought you were
Caleb's
saying,
really good.
We're good.
Listen. He's fantastic. We'll see. Again, he's portrayed as the best quarterback ever, and it's like
he's also portrayed as a fucking.
He didn't
dickhead.
win.
He's portrayed as a dickhead, and people are like, "Yeah, there's nothing new." I think he's going to be better than Kyler Murray. I'll say that.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he'll be better than Kyler Murray. I'm not somebody.
If that's his ceiling, like
I mean, but that's a lot of the comps, and also Kyler Murray was the number 1 overall pick, bro. Like it's not like this is like a shithead he's getting.
Because of Lincoln Riley's offense.
Well, I think
that's all right.
That's the comparison. The off timing kind of shit is the comparison. But in my opinion, I don't think I've ever seen fucking Kyler Murray show the arm, bro. That Caleb Williams has?
No. Caleb Williams has an arm.
Has a fucking cannon, dog.
Cannon.
Yeah,
and he's athletic as hell.
Athletic as fuck.
Yeah.
So I mean,
he's really good.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. That'll be an interesting thing for us to follow.
I still think Drake May's better.
Who?
I think Drake May's the better quarterback.
No, I like Drake May. I think that's going to be interesting. I think this.
I like Jaden Daniels.
I think
Daniels.
That's why, to be honest, I think this quarterback class is very interesting.
It stops there. Though.
That was one of the reasons I was like, "Oh, we need to figure out about Tua," because this quarterback class, I would have been more interested in getting in on than next year's.
But see,
but you never know. Things change.
Someone's going to reach on Bo Nix, who was not great at
Auburn.
At Auburn,
wasn't great. He was dog shit.
It was horrible.
His
and then
improved. Like,
dude, he was horrible.
No, but
like I was sad as an Alabama fan. Real quick, I was sad that he left Auburn. I was like, oh, come on.
He was dog shit. No, but the thing, and that was with Gus Malzahn, right? Malzahn or whatever the fuck. So look, his college progression though is something that I feel like honestly does not get spoken about enough.
You're right. It was a Pac-12 progression.
Oh my god! But he looked like a different fucking quarterback.
Yeah, he did.
But also, when he first got there, he didn't really. There was a progression with Bo Nix.
No, he did get much better.
He did. He got better.
He got better. But come on.
Nah, I mean, I feel you. We'll see,
dude. Okay, and then JJ McCarthy. I'm not jumping on the hype. I'm not listening to this JJ McCarthy hype.
Oh, bro, I'm not with that.
Come on,
you like JJ?
No.
Oh yeah, I'm not with that.
Listen,
at all.
he reminds me of Desmond Ritter. Better Desmond Ritter. Like it's just.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like it's just.
No,
come on.
I'm not. Maybe Deuce might have. And Deuce, if you're in here, man, let me know, bro.
But he has a gun.
Somebody close to me was like JJ McCarthy's gonna be a monster. At the next level,
listen. Like
I don't see it.
Like at the combine when he was throwing. I'll say this: when quarterbacks miss in those drills, it's usually in front or behind because of timing purposes, because you don't know the speed of the player. Yeah. When you're throwing over, that's an accuracy issue.
Yeah.
When you're throwing over on a 10-yard out route, and it's back to back, that's an accuracy issue. So, like, is he talented? Yes. Do I think that he's worth the first round pick? No. That's your quarterback. That's a late second, third round pick. That listen, we're going to take the chance. We'll see. That's not, bro. Listen, man. Some team's going to draft him in the first. And we would have been that team. We would have been that team. That would have been us. We would have been at 19, 20, 21. And we were like, all right, well, we got to take the chance, right?
JJ McCarthy.
We got to do it.
Chad Henne fucking redeal.
And then I'm not going to say he's Chad. He's definitely better than Chad. But I agree.
Yeah.
But it's, again, man, people are really hyping up quarterback play. It's really good right now, but we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see how it all translates. I mean, the NFL's a different game.
Well, here, so because we're going to get like a general feeling on free agency at the end of this. So let's go ahead and move on to running backs real quick. And I'll give 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's actually 6 of these running backs that are interesting. We're not going to get into all of them, but I'll just read them for the audience in case the text is kind of hard to read on your guys' screen. Just let me make sure I'm sharing this.
Is Joe Mixon on there with the trade?
Oh my Lord, Joe Mixon's not on here, but it's good to note that. Yes, sir. Joe Mixon to the Texans. And the crazy thing is, so they went and signed Zach Moss. And we're getting a little ahead of this, but real quick, just because you brought it up, it is a good point. They went and signed Zach Moss. This was after a lot of these big free agent moves for running backs had already happened. So some of them I'll read off to you real quick. Saquon Barkley to the Philadelphia Eagles.
Nice fit.
Insane. 3 years, $37 million.
A lot of
gonna be
money.
crazy.
But
Well, I mean, but it's going to be a really exciting
good fit.
situation. Yeah. It just matches what they want to do. Josh Jacobs to the Green Bay Packers, 4 years for $48 million.
Nice.
These are big. The thing is, like,
Not a lot of money for him, though.
and running backs are so undervalued. That's like these guys could really make such a difference. I know that we worry about like what they would do in third, fourth year, and then God forbid like an injury or something. But you know, I just feel like the impact that Saquon makes on the Philadelphia Eagles is like, yeah, you fucking do that, dude. What the fuck?
Yeah.
So Josh Jacobs, Derrick Henry to the Baltimore Ravens, 2 years, $16 million, $8 million a year. That is disgusting.
$8 million a year.
$8 million a year.
That is a
Every
fucking steal,
That's a
dude.
steal.
Listen, he's ring chasing right there, and I'm happy for him.
Well, I'm not even gonna say,
go in your ring
I can't
and
even say-
solidify the
the
Hall
thing
of
is,
Fame career,
that's another-
King.
That's one of those where it's like I can't even like I guess you would say ring chasing to a certain extent, but it's like at the same time we just saw what happened.
What did Saquon get?
I don't know if they win without Derrick Henry going there. I mean, they're losing J.K. Dobbins, which got hurt after it might have been the first game he got hurt, but he looked explosive at the beginning of. Like I said, it might have been the first game.
But explosive.
They've been missing that.
Different than
They've been missing that with like Gus Edwards. Like nobody's been a kind of like impact player for Lamar Jackson, like Derrick Henry. The power kind of run that he's got, that he's going to create is just.
Derrick Henry split carries last year.
Yeah,
still had 12 touchdowns and 1,200 yards. Essentially.
That signing's nuts.
And it's like, and that was behind a bad offensive line.
And as the Steelers, I'm curious how you guys out there in Sanu. I don't know if you're a Steeler fan, but you did say that they're winning free agency. I'm not saying this means that they're not, but goddamn, it's like. Even with winning with the moves that they've made, at least so far, do you feel like they're better than the Baltimore Ravens? I mean, I wouldn't say so. I wouldn't say so. And then this Derrick Henry signing is fucking nuts for them.
But now again, we're gonna get there. But the Patrick Queen to Pittsburgh, is a nice little but my counter to that. But it's not,
and it's great because it also takes away from the Ravens.
Right,
so you've done two things. But the point being is like they were already not that competitive. I mean, you could be competitive in a game, but I mean, like as far as for the division, nobody was fucking.
The Steelers always beat the Ravens.
But nobody was fucking with the Ravens for the division this year. Towards the end,
no, you're right.
Like they pulled away from it.
And honestly, I'm kidding. Derrick Henry
it's so fucking dumb.
It's so dumb,
bro.
As a defense, I don't even know what you do. Bro, because Lamar just putting in his gut.
Derrick Henry by himself,
bro. Listen. You look and that 1,200 yards in Tennessee behind a bad offense line was the defense knowing that, hey, listen, they're just running the ball. They're just giving it to Derrick. And now it's like there's so much added to that offense.
Think about it as a linebacker, what that makes you have to
come
do.
on, man.
Like that's just like
come on, man.
Bro, after that, you need to take a sleeping pill after that game.
Put your money on the Ravens right now,
also because of the pain throughout your body because you've been tackling Derrick Henry all fucking day. But aside from that, just mentally, bro, as the linebacker having to make that decision,
he's going to give you a full season.
Most likely, yeah. I mean, this year he did, but yeah.
Bro, listen, I can't wait because he's going to have another 1,000-yard season.
Here, real quick, let me just wrap these up because we're not going to talk about all of them. So Tony Pollard to the Titans. I still think that's an important move, though.
Hey, fuck you, Tennessee.
Yeah, you need to make that move.
How the fuck you let Derek walk for $8 million? And what Tony Pollard get?
3 years, $24 million.
$8 million.
Damn. Yeah.
Bro,
they spit right in his fucking face. Unless he did he want to be there?
Maybe he loves Tennessee.
Okay.
But he knew like
Vrabel got fired.
They wanted to move on. They wanted the whole thing. Like that's why his last game there, they had him do a fucking speech. He didn't have him, but he did a speech to the crowd at the end of it. Like, hey.
Yeah. So Austin Eckler to the Washington Commanders, 2 years, $11.4 million. And DeAndre Swift to the Chicago Bears, which I do think he just goes there to basically die. No disrespect to DeAndre Swift because I really like him as a player, but the Chicago Bears they're in a rebuild. I just don't understand that move for him. Aside from money, I guess 3 years, 24 million.
So $8 million, but how did Eckler get 5.5?
Yeah, he got less than DeAndre Swift.
He's so disrespected. It's wild. It's wild, man.
Oh my god! I was watching this. Like, some people on Twitter were going in on him, talking about this man has no breakaway speed.
Bro,
they were showing some. So there's obviously there's videos of everybody getting hawked down in the NFL, but
hold on,
it was bad.
You put on Justin Herbert's highlights. The first or second play on the highlights is in it, and Austin Eckler against us on a little swing, and then Eckler breaks up for 70 and just gets pushed out of bounds because the NFL has fast guys running at angles, guys. Like guys that breakaway speed.
That's true.
Bro, everyone's hitting. Bro, if you don't hit a 4.4, you're slow now. 4.5 is like, oh, okay, like you're not breaking for 80.
There's
there's
some other interesting players out here like J.K. Dobbins, AJ Dillon's still out there.
Do you think Miami should bring any running back in or just keep it around?
Man, honestly, the thing is,
AJ, bro, if Eckler's 5.5, sorry, AJ Dillon's probably 2, 3.
Who the fuck knows, man? You might not even have to pay him. It might be volunteer work.
Bring that power back in.
Yeah, the thing is, I think J.K. Dobbins has he just gets hurt too much. So it's like, for me, I would have a hard time bringing him in because I just don't feel like he's reliable. But from a talent perspective,
but he doesn't be a bell cow. He's just in the running back room. We got HM, we got Mostert. Mostert still has another year of like $2 million.
Yeah, he just gets hurt so fucking much, bro.
You almost want to give Mostert just a signing bonus. Just
like Jason,
thanks,
man,
bro.
just take care of them.
Yeah,
make sure they stay, please. Wide receiver, by the way. Well, so running back, it's hard. I guess who do you think's gonna make the biggest difference out of the running back? Yeah,
Saquon's good. Hey, he fits that system. He's better than DeAndre. Injury prone, but hey, hopefully you don't. You know what I mean? I mean, he's. Again, talent, that offense is going to be nice. I think Philly, that's good. Especially that division is looking pretty nice right now. So
maybe somebody else could run the fucking ball in the goal line.
Who's Dallas going with running back? They haven't signed a running back yet. They drafted one, I guess. All right. Yeah. Well, there we go. We know what they're doing.
Go ahead and draft one.
All right.
Wide receiver. So we got T. Higgins, franchise tag by the Cincinnati Bengals. Michael Pittman Jr. re-signed by the Colts.
Good signing. Good receiver.
If this is based off, I'm surprised. I mean, but Michael Pittman does this thing, but he's above Mike Evans. The only reason I say that. So Mike Evans re-signed with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 2 years, $41 million, and then Marquise Brown.
2 years, 41.
That's why it was 41. I don't know what I said. My bad.
No. I'm asking. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So Marquise Brown is the next wide receiver listed, not signed. Calvin Ridley not signed.
Ooh.
Calvin Ridley not signed.
Keep going.
What the fuck are we even talking about?
Let's see what the Dolphins are going to do.
Darnell Mooney, Atlanta Falcons,
all
3
too short.
years,
Let's
39 mil.
We need some height.
Well, but he signed with the Falcons 3 years, 39 mil. So he's actually ranked below as far as PFF, below Calvin Ridley. So that's not to say that Calvin Ridley's automatically going to get paid more than him.
Oh, he has to. I think Calvin Ridley should get around. If Evans is 21, Ridley should be at least 18.
So Evans is 21. Why are you saying that?
2 years, 41.
Oh, okay, so yeah, he's like 20 point. Yeah, so I mean, maybe. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure teams are going to try to run down that value based off like reliability, injury, him not really proving it with his prove it year all that much. I want to see what his stats were real quick. I am curious on Calvin Ridley's stats after coming back.
Do you think there's a competition in Jacksonville?
For me personally, I would if Calvin Ridley could be a Miami Dolphin, I would love that, brother. That would be amazing. So
yeah, he's right. Listen, I just want someone 6'1" or taller. You know.
Yeah, he's a monster though. So I would be fine with that.
Really
but
like
let's see. So he did have 1,000-yard season this year. I'm surprised by that. 76 receiving yards, 1,016 yards. So just over.
What's yards per catch?
If they didn't have that extra game, by the way, wouldn't have happened. Just saying. Let's see. Yards per catch. They don't have that on here. This is just Wikipedia.
Sorry. So yeah. Well, listen. I kind of wanted this trade for just like Josh Reynolds. I want like a 6'2", 6'3" slot. Okay, bring in some size. We got the smallest wide receiver room in the NFL right now.
Do you think Michael Thomas gets a job?
Oh, he has to.
Okay.
He has
I didn't know he had to be honest.
Why not?
Why not?
Injuries?
Yeah, people and just fucking reliability. Once again, Josh
Reliability.
Reynolds is available, by the way.
He is available?
Yeah, he's a free agent.
Bring him in, Miami.
So yeah, with
Yeah.
with Michael Thomas though, it's just like he only played this year. Right, this is his first year back, or he might have came back at the end of last year or whatever. But yeah, dude had 2 fucking years off, was wilding out, fucking, and then it was like, hey, I'm coming back, I'm not coming back. He's just punching teammates. He just has a horrible fucking reputation. So he's like a TO, but honestly, probably worse. So it's like once you're difficult to deal with, well, I'm not going to deal with difficult to deal with and unproductive. I'm not doing that. Yeah,
Agreed.
I'm not dealing with difficult to deal with and fucking 3 catches for fucking 26 yards. Sorry, bro. Like, you could punch teammates when you were going for fucking 160 yards and fucking 2 touchdowns and shit.
Go watch it.
Yeah, no, fuck no. So yeah, we can move on past that just so because I want to make sure to wrap these up.
Tight end.
Tight end. Dalton Schultz to the Houston Texans, 3 years, 36 mil. Hunter Henry back to the Patriots, 3 years, 27 mil. Noah Fant, 2 years, 21 mil. So I mean,
Where'd he go?
Noah Fant re-signed with
The
Seahawks.
Seahawks. Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay.
And then Gerald Everett's the next one. So there's a pretty good drop off there. Mike Gesicki did go to the Cincinnati Bengals. I think that will be a better
that's
place
good
for him.
fit.
Yeah, I
That's
like
a good
that.
fit for him. He's gonna
Yeah.
catch a few touchdowns.
When people were fucking talking about him going to the Patriots, I was like, who gives a fuck?
Dude, that
Yeah,
was not a good
yeah.
fit.
It's the worst fit.
Dude,
It was the only fit worse
did.
than Miami.
Yeah, I don't know what he did. Yeah.
But yeah, Johnny
He doesn't have
Smith,
to block in
obviously,
Cincinnati.
Miami
He's not gonna have to block at all. He's
Yeah.
gonna have to
So
just be Mike Gesicki.
yeah, make some big plays. So yeah, Noah Fant. I mean, that's interesting. I mean, I kind of feel like he underproduces.
He does.
Yeah,
Bro,
but-
real quick.
Yeah.
Remember when Dolphin fans were really upset that we didn't re-sign Mike Gesicki? Like, how dare we? Like, how dare we let him walk?
yeah, I was so happy.
Like again, like not worth the money. As
Yeah.
you can see, again,
Fuck no.
loved him in Miami.
He sucked.
His talent is
No,
his talent.
I never loved him.
But bro, his separation
him,
is
like, the first-
awful.
I
he
loved
just-
him the first or second year. He was somebody I hated on the team. I was like,
Bro,
yo,
he's
you're trash.
he's really good at catching high pointed ball.
What the fuck ever. I didn't
That's
see
it.
it. There was few and far in between. The one Dolphins player that really broke my heart that I thought was going to be a baller, because like I said, Mike Gesicki, I never believed it.
Ted Ginn
But
Jr.
Devontae Parker, actually, I fucked with Devontae Parker heavy. I was like, oh, he's gonna
Did
be a
not like that
monster.
draft pick, but it's
Jeez,
okay.
yeah.
I didn't understand.
You were
it.
right.
I didn't
You
understand.
were
I really
right.
didn't understand it.
You were right. I was wrong.
Like,
brother. I'm fine
you
saying
watched him in college. He didn't really get separation in college at Louisville.
that. Yeah, but he was awesome, motherfuckers going over.
He
your
was
head.
great at the contested
Yeah.
catch. But what's that going to happen in the NFL? He's going to be good at
Was
contested
he?
catch.
Was Lamar his quarterback?
No, he was before Lamar.
Before Lamar. All right, either way. So offensive tackle Tyron Smith is still out there. Actually, a lot of offensive tackles have not been signed up. Tyron Smith, Trent Brown, not signed. Mike Onwenu re-signed with the New England Patriots for 3 years, $57 million. And then Mekhi Becton is still available. Jonah Williams is still available.
Ooh, pick him up.
So yeah, interesting stuff.
I like Jonah. Get Jonah.
I'm
Kick
curious.
him in the guard.
I'm curious why people aren't running to go spend that money. But some of the
no idea.
some of these,
because again, the tackles are deep in this draft.
well, and I think some of these tackles are older, so they're probably like Tyron Smith is like, bro,
Yeah, he's
unless
old.
you like pay me something very nice, I'll wait. So centers, Connor Williams is the top center, still available. Andre, and he's the top ranked center in general, by the way. So, and then right underneath that, Andre James, who re-signed with the Las Vegas Raiders, and Lloyd Cushenberry, who signed with the Tennessee Titans, and then Aaron Brewer to the Miami Dolphins. So, as Dolphins fans, we talked about this. I mean, I'm concerned about the pass rush issues and some of the stats I've seen there, but I'm excited about the youth for one, and he is a little bit of a proven commodity, so he's proven enough, I think, to feel comfortable.
And I will say that McDaniel has proven that he can improve the offensive line.
Under 10 million, so it's 3 years for 21 million. So
7 million.
yeah, so I mean that's something that's definitely manageable. When Cushenberry right above him, 4 years for 50 million, so over 10 million a year. But interestingly enough, Andre James for under, so 3 years for 24 million.
Hey, good job, Greer.
Interesting.
Hey man, Greer's been doing his job.
Yeah,
Miami Dolphin fans, they listen. I know we want the world, but we can't get the world. Okay, and this is really good. I think that we're building a really competitive team. I think we're going to
we
be good.
just win a championship, brother.
Yeah, which you got to have a competitive roster, not just your favorite players.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing is,
I say that,
we
but
don't
Tua gets all the money.
we don't need the world because there's a team that wins the championship every year. So somebody has to win it. We just want to be that team one time.
But you don't think that we're building like that?
We're moving in that direction, but I do think, but I think that, at least in my opinion, we regressed. I don't know. Did you say, was your final answer that we regressed?
No, I think overall we've gotten better because offense has gotten better and defense really hasn't gotten that much worse.
Gotcha.
Losing Wilkins a lot, but linebacking play is going to make up for it, and the Poyer's a big signing. So.
Gotcha. So guard right here, we got Kevin Dotson re-signed with the Rams. Robert Hunt, so we lost him. Our guard.
What was Dotson's contract?
Dotson was 3 years, $48 million.
So, damn. Okay.
Yeah. So not quite to the level of Robert Hunt, which is 5 years for $100 million.
Not 20
Kevin Zeitler, not signed. Dalton Rinser, not signed. And then Ezra Cleveland re-signed with the Jacksonville Jaguars for under $10 million a year.
What's his name? Reisner?
Yeah.
Oh no.
And by the way, Damian Lewis, though, interestingly enough, went to the Panthers. Holy shit. 4 years for $53 million.
Yeah,
they're
bringing in.
Yeah, they paid him more than what Ezra Cleveland got to stay, and he's ranked ahead of him in Jacksonville. That's interesting.
Did we bring back Isaiah Wynn?
I
liked him.
Yeah, he was all right. I have no expectations really. I mean, as far as like we can do whatever, you know what I mean. I think that we have to be very flexible, like you said. It's a transitional period, and we can't have it all. So it's like I think I like the best move imaginable. I don't know exactly what that is, and it might not involve Isaiah Wynn. It very likely may not. Interior defensive line. So Chris Jones re-signed with the Chiefs, 5 years for $158 million. Justin Madubuike, God bless you, brother. Re-signed with the Ravens for 4 years, $98 million. Christian Wilkins came in above that, signing with the Raiders for 4 years and $110 million. So came in above. It does not pay to re-sign with your team. That's what
Christian Wilkins
that's what
is 28, man.
Yeah. And then Leonard Williams, he re-signed with the Seattle Seahawks, 3 years for $64 million.
Shit.
Grover Stewart re-signed with the Colts. So yeah, interesting moves there.
With the Colts.
Sucks to lose Christian Wilkins. We already talked about that though, so we don't really need to get too much into that. The Chris Jones move, I think, is good.
DJ Reader. I wouldn't mind bringing DJ Reader in.
Yeah, it's still available out there.
We gotta see the cap. I don't know what the fuck our cap is. So.
Well, I mean, I'm sure that's going to be ever changing. That's something they're working on every single day at this point.
Solomon Thomas is a free agent.
Yeah. So, but I mean, like the Chris Jones move, I personally like to see that. It's cool to see when teams when it aligns. Like obviously, like with some of these players, we would have liked to have been career-long Dolphins.
Yeah.
And that's not the case, and that's fine. But it's cool when it does when it aligns. When you happen to have the money, and that's where it makes sense to spend it. And he's a difference maker. He's somebody different from Christian Wilkins, even where I wouldn't put him necessarily in the class of Aaron Donald because he's kind of in the class of his own, but like true disruptor, like game changer on the defensive line. So along with many before him. No, but this right here I thought was interesting. These are edge defenders. So Josh Allen, he got franchise tagged, but this is the one that I thought was very interesting. Brian Burns. So this was the player this is what had me a little iffy really on Bradley Chubb, was that this was supposedly another player that was available, but the Carolina Panthers wanted some ungodly asking price. They ended up not even giving them a first-round pick for Brian Burns. It ended up being like a second and a third, and I'm going to confirm this real quick.
Yeah, but everyone's kind of making fun of him for like not getting a first.
Well, yeah, but it's like, what the fuck? Well, my point being is like when we were going to trade with them, I think they wouldn't take anything less than like several firsts. I thought.
Yeah, but
I thought it was like they wanted 4 firsts. I heard some crazy shit.
But that's
about that.
For who? Brian Burns or
Brian Burns? For Brian Burns, in order to get him, I had heard from one of the guys that like leak these conversations that it was like a 4 first-round pick asking price, which is basically like we're not going to trade them to you. It might not be 4, but yeah, it was several first-round picks.
I didn't know we tried to trade for him.
Yeah, around the same time as Bradley
Oh,
Chubb.
Chubb, yeah, but but that's a year later and a whole new GM.
I know, but
So
yeah, what they ended up fucking taking for him is nuts.
it was a bad deal. He's a stud.
I want to find the specifics. He's a stud.
He's fucking good, dude.
Yeah, no, he's good, and he's young, 25. All right,
25.
Oh, okay, right here. So the Giants are sending a second and a fifth to the Panthers. It's not even a second and a third. I gave him too much credit,
bro.
Holy
They didn't even
shit.
try to go a
Second
couple
and a
times on
fifth.
Madden, bro. Like that was a one-time accepted,
Literally.
bro. You gotta fucking
No.
you gotta offer something
You gotta
ridiculous.
unplug the
then-
fucking phone like I unplugged the system.
yeah,
You're like,
bro.
no, that shit didn't happen. Usually the shit auto saves. It's quick.
bro,
So,
bro,
yeah,
you
there's no getting
gotta
around
you gotta offer too much. You
Yeah.
gotta ask for too much and then be like, all right, what's your temperature on
it.
that?
Exactly.
And then adjust,
you got to make it sound
yeah.
ridiculous, like what you did to the
Yeah.
Dolphins.
Yeah,
That's the see the Dolphins.
You don't just go, hey, you know what? It's
Chris
second and
Greer,
a
you
fifth.
motherfucker. See,
Bro, you even try second and a third,
the first time
2 seconds. You know what I mean?
The first time they went talking to the Dolphins, they fucking tried your strategy, and Chris Greer just said, "Beep,
Yeah.
Denver will fucking send you the fucking first." Yeah, that's crazy.
Bro, I don't know, man. Like, goddamn, what are you gonna do with that fifth?
You gotta find an edge rusher.
What are you doing?
You gotta find an elite edge rusher. Yeah, no, they're fucking wild. And let's see here. So let's see. All right, so Brian Burns, yeah, that was one of my issues there. And then now we are dealing with Bradley Chubb. I will give him credit where it's due. This year he was fucking killing it. Really did. He didn't really turn me around on my opinion last year. Yeah, bless you. And but this year with his play, I did have to there's this undeniable. I mean, I'm sorry, but Danielle Hunter, he probably doesn't like when people say it like that. Houston Texans, 2 years for 49 million.
Got paid.
Bryce Huff to the Eagles for 3 years, 51 million. Chase Young still available out there. Jonathan
Not worth the
Grinard,
money.
yeah, and Jadeveon Clowney still out there.
So if like a Jadeveon Clowney would take like a less than 10, which I don't know if he would. I don't know what his last contract was, but he's not a starter anymore. I think it's worth bringing into Miami. Just saying.
Yeah, the guys around his this is around 13 mil. I mean, yeah, then there's Van Ginkel. That's something to, I think, it's just from Dolphins fans, that's something to note.
Damn, Derek Barnett's out there.
Yeah, Doris Armstrong. The fucking
Hey,
Commanders went
Calvin, I know he
crazy.
had a good year in Baltimore.
Yeah,
I mean, he just talked shit about Miami, so I don't know if he'll come back, but
yeah. Well, hey, brother, we need you now. It's different.
but
Yeah, Patrick Queen, as far as linebackers go, top rated linebacker, Pittsburgh Steelers, 3 years, 41 million. That's great. I say, yeah, it's money well spent.
But that's
Frankie
that
Lavu.
defense is fucking stupid.
No, yeah, that's
Bro, listen, I think that they might hold like 3-4 games to under 10 points. Like it's gonna
that'll be interesting to see.
It's gonna be dumb.
I mean, Patrick Queen, you know, him and Roquan Swift, they were a wild duo to watch this past year. Like that was, yeah,
And
strong.
Bro, they're really good. And I
Yeah.
think Pittsburgh still has Keith Holcomb on the roster.
Okay.
He was hurt last year. So you
Yeah.
got Keith Holcomb next to Patrick Queen. And then you got Cameron
TJ Watt on
Hayward,
the
and you got
side, for
TJ
fuck's
Watt,
sake.
and you got Highsmith,
Yeah.
and you got Minka, and Joey Porter Jr. was really good last year.
I wonder how much TJ Watt being on the defense played into Patrick Queen wanting to sign there. I'm just curious, like, because
Mike Tomlin being the coach.
yeah, he gives you a lot to be able to do there. But Frankie Lavu, Washington Commanders, for a little bit over 10 million a year.
That's good.
Levante David re-signs with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I do love to see the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking care of their
I like
players.
it.
On one extent, if it doesn't make sense, it doesn't make sense, but it does speak. It's kind of sending a message to the league. You know what I mean? Like you come here, you perform. That's important.
But this is also they have to recover financially from them. Excuse me. Moving everything down the road when they went all in for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So I mean, they just won a Super Bowl. So I think they're
Oh,
kind of more in the hey, we're gonna be competitive, but let's give our guys as we're trying to win a Super Bowl.
Sure.
We fucking haven't.
No, that's fair.
In 70
And then we went ahead. We got Jordan Brooks. That's a great signing.
I love the signing of Jordan Brooks.
Yeah, Bobby Wagner was still out there, but yeah, love this signing with Jordan Brooks under 10 mil a year. There's some interesting other players out there. Jerome Baker, hopefully he gets
Zach
a job.
Cunningham's out there.
Yeah. Corners
Isaiah Simmons is out there.
Corners Jalen Johnson back with the Bears for 4 years, 76 mil.
He's fucking good.
L'Jarius Sneed, franchise tagged.
He wants to be traded.
1 year, 19 mil. Fool boy.
Kendall
That's
Fuller.
what it is. Kendall Fuller.
Do we have the money to pay a corner that much money? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, they still have Stephon Gilmore's out there.
Don't bring him.
Adoree Jackson.
Steve Nelson's good.
That's pretty much Steven Nelson.
So
So
Steven Nelson, Steven Jackson. Oh god.
no, that is Steven Nelson.
Yeah.
Yep. Steven Nelson and Adoree Jackson down here. We're just toasted. But no, so yeah, interesting cornerback, specifically with L'Jarius Sneed. I mean, that's a really interesting, unique situation, right?
Go
Smack dab.
all over that because we got to see the Dolphins will sign. Rock Ya-Sin, there it is. Bring him in.
Bring the veteran in. Yeah. What the fuck ever. So
Damn, Xavier.
Antonio-
Go ahead.
yeah, well, Winfield Jr. Franchise tagged, back with the Bucks. Kyle Duggar franchise tagged. Cameron, which this is, by the way, speaking to what Jay was talking about as
Yep.
far as like devaluing the position. Cameron Curl not signed, and he was a commander. And what you Xavier McKinney?
Xavier
What I touched
McKinney,
on,
roll
so,
tide, baby.
Yeah.
But he was a stud. He was studded with the Giants, but big contract there. 4 years, 68, pretty nice. But what I loved is when Antoine Winfield got franchise tagged.
Mhm.
The Bucks on Twitter said how we had designated our franchise player as Antoine Winfield. I'm like, usually being franchise tagged wasn't spun as a good thing, and
Yeah.
and now they're like, I was spinning like, you're our franchise players. We're going to franchise tag you. It's
Hey,
like,
man, that's,
but maybe it's because they need
Sell 'em on
to
it.
survive the year, and then next year they can pay people.
yeah, they're just trying to sell them on it. It is interesting to see all the safeties that, it's at least according to this, rank above Jordan Poyer, but I guess it's because he didn't play much last year.
He's old.
Um,
I like this signing. I don't care what
but
they say.
sheesh, Sean Elliott, our boy that was already on the squad. So yeah, either way, so that is all of the free agent signings from position. So now I want to get into the granular conversation and just kind of plainly, as far as like, I guess first we'll start with what team do you think got the most, got better from this, most improved team from free agency so far, and then I want to ask you the individual players, so keep that in mind.
The Giants have had a big free agency.
Yeah, well, I mean, including trades with the
trades.
Brian Burns situation.
The Giants have gotten much better. Now, you still got Daniel Jones, so we're gonna find out. You can't get away from that right now.
Yeah.
Them losing Saquon is big. They brought in their
That
running
is
back
big.
though.
Devin
No?
Singletary.
Yeah. So I don't know. They may be going running back in the draft second
Brian
round.
Burns
third round.
was big though. I think that
Yeah.
stands out.
The-
That stands
their
out as
defense got a
long-term-
lot better. So.
And they signed Brian Burns when they traded for him. I'm pretty sure. So they locked him in. So that's
What about the Vikings? Because I feel like they've done some decent things so far.
yeah. They lost Kirk Cousins. So that's one that stands out.
Yeah, no. Oh, yeah. There was a sign Sam Darnold. I don't understand that.
Yeah. So they're rocking. So I mean,
Oh, the Eagles. They've done well. Fuck the Jets.
the Eagles is. Ooh, where you are. Oh no, what team was I fucking looking for? The Vikings.
Right,
Yeah.
man.
So the Vikings right there.
So they're signed
All right.
Van Gink, Blake Cashman,
Aaron
good.
Jones.
Aaron Jones, Brendan Powell. Yeah, okay. I take it back.
Yeah, I mean, Aaron
They
Jones.
went,
Aaron
you know?
Jones is interesting, but that's a move.
Four
Yeah,
roses, you know.
Doesn't make much sense for $6 million, dude. You could have, maybe
What
played in the playoffs.
Patriots done?
Yeah, the Patriots
Sign-
just it's a fucking mess.
Bro, they are setting up. No, they're going to draft a quarterback. We get it. Jaden Daniels, welcome to New England.
I mean, you mentioned it. So the Eagles. I mean, that's an interesting. So Julian Aquara. You have Kevin Beard. Byard.
They released
Avante
him.
Maddox.
They lost
They're
Kels.
both
Lost
released. Yeah.
Kels. Landon Dickerson's good.
Re-signed Brandon Graham. Interesting.
Bryce Huff.
Saquon's huge. Zach Vaughn. Matt Hennessy. and
Dave Parker. Why should you guys
Devontae
do that?
Parker there at
Why'd
the
you
bottom.
do that? What
We
happened?
talked about how great he was.
Oh, we go to Pittsburgh?
Uh,
Because outside of Patrick Queen, what have they done?
so
Right.
At
So
least a bunch of dudes.
big
They
clean
actually don't-
house.
Yeah, they don't even have their moves here. So some of these lists might be
I thought they'd done more.
not full. So Leonard Floyd signed with the 49ers. That's interesting. But I mean, they had to do everything for the cheap, but not even really. I mean, they're still paying guys $10 million a year.
So next year when they brought Purdy, $58 million.
Definitely one of the most active
Damn,
teams is
Jesus
the
Christ.
Commanders. So Zach Ertz, they re-signed, right? He was there last
Yeah.
year. Doris Armstrong, that was one of the bigger signs
Frank
for them.
Louvu, Austin
Yeah,
Eckler,
Louisville, yep.
Brandon McManus, nice.
Jeremy Chin.
Yeah,
So that's why they let Cameron
Cleveland
Curl go.
Farrell, Marcus Mariota. What a signing! Huh? Tyler Orr. Hey, I'll take it. Or Jesus Christ.
Cleveland.
I always call him Orr in real life too, and I'm like, that's not. I always
That's rough.
fuck myself up. I'm used to Michael Orr, and I just go Orr.
So, but as far as like teams, so who do you
Don't
think?
smoke weed, kids.
Who do you think ended up making their team
Oh, he looked Houston.
better? Yeah, Houston made a lot of moves. Holy shit! Yeah, some of the stuff.
Houston, it's gotten better, dude. Dude, that
Consistently,
Joe
yeah.
Mixon pickup is huge.
Yeah, I mean, and they're a team that's in that position that we were talking about earlier, as far as like rookie quarterback.
Yep.
Really trying to
Yeah,
take
yeah.
advantage of
What
that.
about Detroit? What have they done?
Nothing too crazy.
Which they really shouldn't shake it
No.
up. They have a good
Well, I
team.
mean, and if you could bring people that are going to come in and they're going to
How about
contribute.
Brandon Jones getting paid fucking 20 mil?
Yeah. I mean, over 3 years, but yeah, no, he's balling. He did that. Cowboys not doing shit. Browns. Jerry Jeudy move.
So did
Jordan
you hear
Hicks,
about
Jameis
what?
Winston?
Did you hear about what Jerry Jones said? That
About what?
That they were going to go in like January. He said how they were going to go all in, but like next at the end of the year, and they're just going to let everything play out. And basically, what they're going to do is just have Dak Prescott play out this year. They're just going to swallow all the money. They're not going to invest in a bunch of big time players. And then at the end of the year, they're basically going to either Dak Prescott delivers, wins the playoff game, or they're just rebuilding and then they're going to invest all their money.
Yeah,
That basically is just like, we're not going to continue the cycle. It's like, hey, whatever.
He kind of made it clear that he felt like they should have fucking won this past year. They were very, I mean, rightfully so. They lost their first playoff game that they played this year and got their asses cooked by the Packers. So he was visibly disappointed in that and vocally disappointed, all that. Yeah, he was just disappointed all the way around and let motherfuckers know. So I think that's where he's at. And it's interesting that's carrying over into the season, I guess. By the way, the Falcons had a great free agency. Darnell Mooney, that's sick.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, love that. And then the Ravens, obviously, Derrick Henry. Before we move on past that, those are two interesting ones that we didn't mention in this conversation.
Yeah. So Ravens have like lost nobody, and it just said, "All right, Derrick Henry."
The Derrick Henry thing might be a Super Bowl,
bro. That dude. That's what I said. Put your money on him. It's worth the bet.
It is definitely worth the bet.
Good for you, Lamar.
Yeah, no, and Derrick Henry, that's dope. He may end up getting one.
Which, hey, biasly,
both Florida
best all time
athletes, some of the greatest Florida high school football players of all time, and players to come out of.
Derrick Henry is the all-time leading rusher for high school history.
Where is he when he went to Plant?
Yulee.
Oh yeah, Yulee.
Yulee.
That's right. Yeah. But either way, so yeah, as far as teams, I mean, I guess for me, I would have to say, if it came down to it, I'd have to say the Ravens, because I think that their moves may ultimately be the biggest difference makers as far as like them winning a championship in the near future, and might directly result in that. It is interesting they may not bring Odell Beckham back, but I mean, I'm personally not mad at that, but it's interesting to see that might be the case. But to your point with Jerry Jones, yeah, I think that with Jerry Jones, man, the clock is ticking. It's on, the writing's on the wall. Jared, every year that really he's on borrowed time. I'll be honest. He looks like a fucking crypt keeper whenever we see him. So,
and he's going to spend whatever it takes to keep himself alive.
And the thing is, that's already happening. Yep, he's already been enjoying that. That's the borrowed time part, man.
Bro,
he's
one of the greatest flexes, which again I hate it, but I love it. Is him doing the draft that COVID year on his super yacht? It looks like like the yacht of a villain.
Yeah, he's like, no, I want
them
to
that thing
know.
is Darth Vader's yacht, bro.
I want to remind them in another way
that this is who I am.
No, man. I mean, yeah, just to have a yacht, that's fucking lit.
Dude, he's fucking
It is a
wild.
crazy sign of wealth because I mean, like, you could live on a yacht, I guess, but I mean, does anybody? I'm
Bro,
sure somebody.
The upkeep
does out
has
there.
to be
Crazy. That's one of the things. Yeah,
Dumb.
I mean, dumb.
Which do you think is more, a plane or a yacht? We don't have to look it up. We can just be
To live on a plane?
our ignorant selves. No,
to live on a
the
plane,
upkeep. Which do you think is more, like
probably
gas and everything for the plane and upkeep and
probably the whole
bunker?
yacht. It's tough because, like, I think something that we might not personally think of as a yacht probably classifies as a yacht technically. So but the thing is, same thing applies
You
for
got
a
a
plane.
staff.
You got a staff. That's
Yeah.
the thing. Yeah, you can't have a yacht and not have fucking maids and
And then I guess it really matters
Prostitutes,
if you have your
drugs.
own like landing strip in your backyard, so you can keep your plane there,
yeah.
or if you get to park your yacht in your backyard.
I think probably regardless the amenities of the yacht. Because I mean, if you're getting in a plane, then you're pretty much. I mean, never mind. I guess if you're in a private plane, you're probably fucking snorting coke and popping fucking
I don't know.
pills at the same time. Fucking hookers.
I would say shrooms, but ain't no way.
I
Ain't
was
no way.
thinking-
I'd be no.
Oh,
God, that would be not good.
no, fuck that.
Nope.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine
Stay on the
even
ground with those.
even on like even edibles, man. I couldn't imagine how on edge I already have it. It's been a long time since I flew like that. So, but yeah, dude, when I did fly, I used to be on fucking edge. Like, seriously,
I
there'd be
love
people
it.
that
I
be
love
on
it.
their
I
phone.
sleep. I love it.
Bro, the people that be on their phone up until the time that you take off, I'd be looking at them like, fucking turn your airplane mode.
Everybody go now.
You're about to
You know
fuck
what you're
up-
going to do to us?
You're gonna fuck up the radars. I'm serious, bro.
I don't
get
know what
nervous
it
about
does.
I'll watch it. I'm pretty sure that's what it does.
I
Gonna get us.
Sure.
Gonna get us a head-on
I just
collision
know
in the sky.
to
I'm not
follow the
doing that.
rules, and then I go to sleep.
Yeah, the thing is, you're now in a fucking tube with 90 other people, or however many people are on a fucking plane. Act like you got some. You're not just putting your own fucking life at risk, asshole, or your families. If you want to kill your own family, fine, do it by all means. I honestly do not give a fuck.
We do
Um,
not promote.
I'm not
killing
saying
your
that you should
family.
do it. I'm not gonna do it,
Please
but I'm
do not.
saying, like, if you want to be reckless with their life, by all means, that is your. I guess, you know what I mean? That's your prerogative. But yeah, not for me, bro. Not with me. And I got to take my life into consideration. Everybody else's family on that plane. You need to put the fucking phone down. The whores can wait for fucking 3 hours while we do this flight. Let's see here. So what else do we have? Well, I mean, so free agency though, I think, we were talking about Jerry Jones. So I mean, yeah,
but-
everything was on topic there.
because we thought that he was going to sign Derrick Henry. Which do you think that's the biggest signing of free agency? What do you think? What do you think would be the biggest signing of free agency thus far? Christian Wilkins in Las Vegas is a huge one. Really, I mean, it's a lot of money, but it's really a huge signing as far as their scheme and what their defense is going to be able to do with him, and Max Crosby.
Yeah,
But it doesn't make them a Super Bowl contender. That's the
I think
Derrick
you're
Henry
not
kind
there.
of wins, almost like wins them Super.
Yeah, with the Ravens, and that's such like a uniquely deadly offense. Like, there's no other offenses like that, really, that would offer that same kind of threat at that level. You know what I mean? The rushing threat. That's just
No,
fucking
it's-
crazy. Yeah, we literally haven't seen that.
Now, if Kansas City were to trade like a first, or I guess what teams are accepting, a second and a fifth for T. Higgins, then like that would be interesting. You give Patrick Mahomes a guy like that, or
Yeah.
if they sign Calvin Ridley like we
I don't
all
know if
expect.
The Bengals do that though. That is interesting thought.
But why would they give their
Patrick Mahomes to
competition?
their number one
Right.
competition.
I don't know.
No, but that would be it. The thing is, there
It's-
is something to be said about that. I've actually heard this, like, as far as like from a mindset standpoint, people talk about this as far as like that is the wrong mindset to have, because if it makes you better, period, that should be the only criteria. You shouldn't be thinking about you're making them better, because if you're at the end of the day making yourself better, the only issue with that contingency is that this really only works if, like, basically you're going to forego a better deal from the Chiefs in order to just prevent that thing from happening.
Well,
If the Chiefs were offering you a first, but then you go and take a second from the
Well,
49ers.
let me ask you. I mean, competition wise,
Yeah.
and again, you're trying to win. So, who the fuck should and would trade with the Chiefs right now? Like, no, you know what? You got to sign players or draft players. I ain't giving you shit. Like, why?
Yeah.
Why would I? Unless you just don't care because you're in such a rebuild. But it's like, yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know. I wouldn't be happy if the Dolphins traded really any of our best players to the Chiefs. Like, don't help them get better. Again, I get making us better, but yeah, I don't know, man. That would be dumb for the Bengals. But if they were just signing like Calvin Ridley or something like that, like that would be like might be the most impactful pickup.
Yeah, that would be huge. Yeah, I don't know if I would say more than Derrick Henry, just because I really think that we can't. And maybe I'm being hyperbolic, and I'm just excited about the idea of this. But
who's drafting him in fantasy?
Well, I mean, the thing is, I don't even know how the fantasy value will break down as much as I think that just from a legitimate like game plan standpoint, that's such a difficult thing to have to manage for fucking 60 minutes. These two, like I said, Lamar's becoming a better passer. He's a good passer at this point. He's a great passer. So it's like
the 5.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Like I said, as a linebacker, the decision you have to make there. And then, like I said, if you make the decision, either way, if you make the decision, it's not even, you're dealing with either one of the most elusive players in the, and also the dichotomy of styles there is so interesting. You have an extremely elusive quarterback, and then you have an extremely powerful, and I'm not saying extremely like Gus Edwards is really powerful. We're talking about Derrick Henry level. That's Hall of Fame level. Like
my favorite all time running back,
and we believe that he can still give you that. Last time we saw him, he was still that player.
Imagine them inside the 5. Okay, shotgun. You got Derrick Henry to your right, and then they catch a snap. Lamar Jackson just fakes the toss to the right where you pulled both, and it's like you have to flow. When you have a double pull and Derrick Henry getting that toss, you have to flow. And you got Lamar just like leaking backside, and it's like fucking. And then it's like what they could do is instead of the offensive line going downfield, they could fake it, screen it to Derrick. They could still toss it outside, or you know what? Derrick has thrown a couple touchdowns. Fuck it, like dude, there's so much, bro. A Wildcat with Derrick Henry now in Baltimore with that offensive line.
That's
oh my,
that's surely unique, and I think
fuck Baltimore.
we can't overstate. That's some shit that we
I love it
before.
I love it.
So all right, so
do we play them? Hopefully not.
I mean, I assume because we have had to see them the last couple years. That's been my least favorite team to play too, to be honest. Genuinely. So yeah, we can wrap up NFL free agency there. I did have a few things here to talk about, but we just already ran so long that I don't know how much we're going to be able to really give them the time that I'd like. So here, this is a stupid topic. Mike Tyson, and I have some videos, by the way, I'll watch, and you don't have to hang around for that because I don't want to hold you. But if you want to hang around for some of them, you can. But I have videos here that I pulled that I hope we have a good time with. So edited photos. Oh no, the Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul. I wanted to ask how you felt about that. It's a big topic right now. And then I'm not actually clear on it, but I guess they have specific rules. My dad hit me up. He's like, dude, what the fuck is going on with this guy?
I want to see the rules. While you're looking that up, before we leave NFL, Aaron Rodgers, vice president for
that's not
RFK
even
Jr.
That's not even NFL, but we got that gets into the political sphere. But yeah, no,
bro, what, like
we had some political shit.
He might. Oh, my bad.
No, you're good because this makes just as much sense. Really, it's not a big deal. So you have Aaron Rodgers, and you showed me during the show actually, so we don't know the full context, and I could get into it more here. But did it say favorite for?
I guess he mentioned it, and then they're like kind of I guess he's the favorite. I don't know what that means, favorite, but we can look into it. But no, that's bro, like. That's wild. Like really think about it. Okay. Like, do you think that there's enough time for you to be the vice president of the leader of the free world and play for the Jets?
Well, so one thing,
could they move your office to DC?
I would feel more.
Dude,
I would feel more. I like that. I mean,
how long of a train?
Trump literally
true.
Did that. Yeah.
How long of a train ride is it? Do you think from like New Jersey to DC? A couple hours.
That's a good question. I think the thing is here. I would feel differently if this conversation was surrounding him being the vice president for Trump, because I think there'd be more of a likelihood that he could be vice president. So this, I think, is really going to be them. I'll be charitable and say from their perspective, this is probably an opportunity for RFK to use the celebrity of Aaron Rodgers to get his message out, which is the thing is. I thought when he was appealing to a bigger audience, he would probably want to shy a little bit away from the anti-vax stuff. But I think this is really leaning into that, obviously, because that's their main intersection, I think.
Not just anti-vax. Did you know Aaron Rodgers?
Well, but RFK, though. I'm
No,
saying.
I know,
Yeah.
but I'm saying
That's where
Aaron,
they're-
Aaron just did a podcast with Eddie Bravo, like where they go over it all.
I love Eddie
Like-
Bravo.
like-
It's funny.
No, listen, Eddie
Yeah.
Bravo's great,
Yeah.
but the level of conspiracy theorist that it's just now makes
No, he's a rare
RFK
level.
look
Yeah.
even more like it's
Yeah.
like, all right, man. But listen,
Hold on.
More power to
RFK
him.
did one with.
no, Aaron Rodgers.
Rodgers,
But if that's
okay.
gonna be your VP, then you know you get associated with him.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Well, I
but-
mean, we know that. We do know that about Aaron Rodgers, and I mean, I agree.
I love Aaron though.
from-
Like,
It's smart
but
from
vice
this way.
president, no way.
It's smart from the stance. RFK doesn't have a chance to actually become president either way.
Sorry.
The reason to vote for RFK would be so we can open up, like he would be eligible for certain kinds of funding if he hit a certain level. I'm not,
interesting.
I'm not super boned up on this because I read about this a long time ago, but it's something to this extent where if he hits a certain level of votes, then one, he would be open to be in debates, I believe. But then the main thing would be, like I said, different funding options so that are reserved for, these power parties, which obviously have a vested interest. And this is we'll end up getting into this conversation. So they obviously have a vested interest in preventing. This is where I support these kind of movements. So I'm like, if this gets us closer to the end game of like us having more options and more voices, I think ultimately that's really where we need to be headed. I don't think RFK is that person, but I also think that by a binary option for the most important fucking, and then when you see the binary options that we've been given, that's why you have this kind of like upheaval, I think. But either way, but that is great that we brought that up, and we'll see if we end up getting back into it. Did you have anything else to mention on it? So what was I looking up here? Oh, the rules. Conor McGregor verdict. Let me see here. I was typing rules because they were talking about it. One thing I will say, this motherfucker Jake Paul knows how to work the internet, man.
Is Jake Paul is Mike Tyson allowed to throw a hook, or is that out? Like you're not allowed to throw a hook.
I think it's they wear headgear.
Oh my.
Okay, so yeah, right here, cool. Oh, okay, so this might be rumors though. This might be rumors. So hopefully this isn't true, because this was the other thing. Yeah, 18-ounce gloves. They're gonna have big gloves. Fucking sock and boppers out
Why
there.
would you want Mike Tyson? I guess
I'm not paying for sock and boppers, bitch. Yeah, get the fuck out of here with that.
Weigh that bitch down a lot.
Will not be wearing. Okay, so they won't be wearing headgear. So this is false. Thank goodness. With all parties reportedly hoping to make the fight a professional one rather than amateur. So it's perfect. So they'd have to go by. Right. So maybe there won't be.
How old is Mike?
Specific rules.
50 something or 60? So he ain't 60 yet. He has to be like 50. 30?
I don't know, but when they asked Dana White about this, he was like, "Come on, dude, what the fuck are you talking about?"
Bro, Mike might come out with the fucking like okay.
Yeah, but if he
here's
lays
the
him
question.
down, then
Here's
who
the
really gives
question.
a fuck? Like nobody gave a fuck about 57, by the way.
It is okay.
So almost 60, closer to 60 than 50.
Here's the thing: if Mike Tyson comes out and takes it serious, do you think he still has enough power? Like,
oh yeah,
like Jake Paul's in his athletic prime.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, but he probably has enough. Jake Paul probably has enough power to knock out.
But this might be the best
Tyson.
boxer, like not just like because it's Mike Tyson, but like Mike Tyson at 57 is still probably the best boxer that he's faced yet.
Yeah, there's a good chance of
that.
But
do you think Mike has it in him to take the fall?
I don't think that he would. I personally don't think that these fights are rigged, but I have seen that a lot, and it is possible. If there was any like professional fights that are one, boxing is already notorious for that. But then this celebrity boxing, I could especially see being a thing. So I'm not gonna stand on.
I might watch this one. This might be the first one I really like.
So I've watched a lot of them, but yeah, that last one, Jake Paul was not able to carry that fucking pay-per-view on his own. They said that he was fighting a fucking garbage man. I was like, what the fuck am I going to pay for that for?
Do you think
Mike
Tyson does shrooms before the fight?
No. I think no. I've seen him talk about stuff like that on like Joe Rogan and shit.
Yeah, that was a joke.
Well, no, I mean, but it's valid. I mean, fuck. You see, like one thing we talked about last week, but yeah, these athletes high as fuck while they're playing sports. Blow my mind. Like, yeah, I smoke weed before every game. I'm like, dude, I would have never thought.
How high do you think Nate Diaz was before fights?
Probably different levels, but I think it might have been Nick Diaz that actually he had like some crazy amount of weed where they're like, dude, you shouldn't even be awake. If anybody's ever OD'd, you should have just done that.
Now we know you can't.
He was a fucking test subject. So Oscars, obviously, I don't know. Did you watch the Oscars at all?
No, I did not.
Did you see the shit about John Cena? This is
I
actually
did. Okay. Yeah. But see, me and my brother talked about.
We don't
this.
got to get to it because it's like this was really
because I hate the internet with this shit.
Gates Open Media. He's gonna hop
Of
on here.
course it's
He's
him.
gonna hop on here soon. He didn't send it to me or anything, but I thought he was actually gonna make it on to this tonight. So I was like, I put this on there just for him. Where I was like, let's get into some conspiracy shit. So we don't have to spend too much time because I don't know how much I buy it, but supposedly, you know, this is a male humiliation ritual. Him being butt ass naked on the Oscar stage. He had a box in front of his genitals, and it was just a thing. So yeah, how do you feel about it? Gates Open Media, by the way, right there, just like that. Go type that in the search bar on YouTube. Go find him. Great channel.
Bro.
Hilarious dude. Awesome content.
So I can tell you with 100%.
There's our catch up.
With 100% with 100% certainty that I myself would do this. Like if it was, I think it's funny. I find this shit funny. I've always found it funny. I think that John Cena's humor, if you've actually ever paid attention to it, mirrors this.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, I don't think this is a public humiliation thing. I don't think he needs it.
Yeah. He loves being humiliated.
Like, the guy is a fucking, like, he is funny as shit, and he's a global
He's a good
superstar
sport.
without needing. And like, I'm so tired of the whole, like, no one can be successful without the secret channels and just the fucking secret societies. It's like, I get that some of it may have some you know, truth to it, but come on, man, we can't every single person see again, man. Eddie Murphy, Martin Lawrence, Robin Williams, all dressed up as women in funny ass movies that everybody adored and loved.
Yeah.
Like, let's come on, like,
yeah.
let's be real.
I think
Okay, we've seen high school boys do this all the time, dress up as girls and be silly. Because again, it's comedy.
I think with John Cena specifically, and like professional wrestlers, it's kind of like a unique scenario because of their other profession. It's like he's just a good sport. You know what I mean? When it comes to like entertainment,
anyways, bro. What are you talking about?
When it that might have been the joke, but when it comes to entertainment, you know, fucking wrestlers and shit like that, they're good sports about it because they're dressing up in tights and wrestling grown-ass men for a living. So it's like, for example, actually here, I just want to show the audience here, like, this isn't the first time this guy, shrew, no, it's down here, my bad. So look, this is John Cena as the prototype. So before he became baggy pants, because at first I was like, oh, come on, wrestlers go out there almost all, but I was like, nah, John Cena does wear jean shorts. This is different. Maybe they were like, we need to humiliate him. He got away with the jean shorts for too long. But then I thought about it harder, and I'm like, oh well, he started out as the prototype, and this motherfucker's wearing goddamn boar shorts.
like his character in Trainwreck.
Yeah,
was hilarious. And then, bro, he's in a movie now where he plays a stripper.
Yeah, the Ricky Stenicki shit or whatever.
Yeah,
can't believe I'm saying that out loud,
bro. Which everyone told me that thing's hilarious. That movie's hilarious.
Maybe, but why haven't you watched it?
I forgot that it was out.
Oh, okay,
bro, I'm busy. And then, bro, we got so many.
You don't watch shows, bro?
I do, but we watch Hell's Kitchen. We got Deal or No Deal on the Island. We got fucking.
Yeah, you could have
fucking challenge just ended. You know, Survivor just came on.
You could have probably snuck a Ricky Stenicki.
Yeah, a lot, bro. Yeah, a lot going on.
Is that a movie?
Yeah, it's a movie.
Okay, yeah, that's one that he has with Zac Efron or whatever.
Yeah, we're like their friend is dead. Like, where they make up a friend that doesn't exist,
friend or some shit.
Yeah.
So, like I said, John Cena has been embarrassing himself for a long time. Case in
point,
point,
the motherfucker was rapping. Like, he was rapping horribly.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, bro,
and ran with that stick forever.
When he was the prototype, he came out like he was a fucking robot. Yeah, so like I said, you know, this is a man familiar with embarrassment.
For sure. There were producers and gatekeepers that would sit there and have women and men. I mean, again, man, if it's women have talked about it forever that they couldn't get a role without having to do something. My dad, I remember when I was like middle school, my dad told me how you know when female actors start to hit their wall, like when they're going to stop when you see them naked in a film. And that he said that basically like they get to a point where it's like, hey, like if you want to still have a role, you have to do this. And he went down this list of fucking actresses, and it's like, damn, like you're right. Like, and you look at the timing, but I just feel like that shit has been exposed. I'm not saying that it's all gone, but we know that that shit was there. And if they're going to do it with
Yeah.
women, then they're going to do it with dudes. Like Terry
Yeah,
Crews
why
said,
wouldn't they do it with John Cena?
well, again, I think
Sounds
that
like you're like kind of leading us
no,
to the point
no.
where, like, okay,
what I'm
this is
saying
a-
is there were a few. Like it's not just like that's just the way it goes.
Yeah, but he's like,
Like, that's
he is
wild.
like that kind of. He's like literally the perfect person for this though, because he's coming from another art form. He wants to be a movie star. He's kind of like sort of on his way, obviously. I mean, this would be the guy that he has to do a ritual now. You want to,
Oh my god.
yeah, you want to be in the fucking,
I
you
don't
want to
know.
be in the next Mission
I don't know.
Impossible.
I didn't see him on the Bohemian Grove list.
This
so I don't
might
know.
have been an agreement from the Barbie shit, to be honest. He already actually had
Oh my
his
God.
little thing. So it's like, I don't know.
Oh, Ryan
like,
Gosling too, huh?
John Cena, bro, do you want to
You
be
leave Ryan Gosling out of it.
do you want to be the Rock level? You know what I mean? Like
Well,
so
The
a lot
Rock
of
must have
people-
sucked a cock too. So I
may.
did not mean that as like me thinking that.
yeah.
But that's what he thinks.
I'm just saying.
Okay, that's what these people are
I'm
thinking.
saying based off of the logic, you know, there's not a lot of wrestlers that do that. If we were going to go down your train of thought that you just introduced, where it's like, okay, we know that this happened to women, that they would have to do things in order to get roles.
But it
Well,
wasn't
I mean,
everyone though. That's what I'm saying. It wasn't everyone.
Okay, but
it
then
wasn't that
exactly. So John Cena fucking is included in everyone.
No, but again,
That doesn't
What
exclude
do you
fucking
mean?
John Cena, bro. Yeah, I'm saying when you say everybody was subjected to that,
no, I'm
then
just saying that I don't think it's
men
every
included.
producer. It wasn't every gatekeeper, whatever. That's just like, oh,
Yeah.
this is what you have to do. I think that's sure that there are select people that if we want to believe it, fine. Like
Yeah,
like
you might not have
I'm
had
talking
to
about that
do that.
every possibility is a possibility. I
James
guess.
Gunn, who did Guardians of the Galaxy, he might not have asked that you do some freaky shit, because he's a respectable man. And
Did
makes
he
great
do
movies.
something?
He did get in trouble for like some posting like weird jokes on Twitter, like where it's like, you know, weird shit.
Yeah,
So,
he was kinda-
but then they ended up bringing him back. My point being, they brought him back, and then he did the Suicide Squad with fucking John Cena as Peacemaker, and then he did the series on HBO of Peacemaker with John Cena. So like I said, yeah, maybe you
Oh,
can
look
get
at
to that level.
that.
Maybe you can get to that level without
oh,
have to give
look
up-
at that math.
have to give up the boy butt.
Okay. Yeah, James
Hey
Gunn
guys,
has
subscribe, show some love,
fucking
man.
John
We're
Cena.
locked in. James
John
Gunn.
Cena, you can't see me. Da, da, da,
James Gunn,
right?
we need the records. We need your tax records. But no, we're vibing. Make sure you subscribe, show some love. Let's see what if
Shout
we
out
have
to
anything
Four
else.
Roses, the best bourbon there is, baby.
Definitely have you we got to talk about this. Was fucking wild. Kobe Bryant. Yeah, we have to talk about this.
Kobe.
Yeah, Kobe.
What happened with Kobe?
Oh well.
Damn, bro.
Kobe
I'm
Bryant.
busy.
So yes, he got a statue in front of
Oh yeah, he did get that.
yeah, crypto staples, whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this up because I want you guys to see it because it's so fucking ridiculous.
Is that our problem as people that we can't let go of Staples Center?
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
maybe. Yeah, why?
should we be able just to
It's
like
also
move
a
on and
company.
be like, no, it is
Uh,
crypto. Like, fuck that.
Yeah, I mean,
It's iconic.
it is also another company though, so same kind of premise. You're
You know
kinda
what? Does T-Mobile put a banner in front of the Coliseum out in Rome and be like, hey, call T-Mobile Coliseum?
yeah, but we do
Oh,
that. We do that. Is the problem. That's the problem,
That's what
literally.
I'm saying,
And the
yeah.
thing is, like,
That's so much. It's so stupid.
like even our old history, it's still that like Heinz Stadium. That's a huge stadium. Like, come on. So
I love how they kept the ketchup out on them. Like, all right, we have to keep apart.
that's so iconic. Yeah, exactly. So by the way, let me make sure y'all can see this. Yes, you can. So yeah, there was a Kobe statue. There's several typos.
Fucking gut, dude. Come on, man.
No, they couldn't even get it right.
This
for the
is such
fucking joke.
2024, huh?
Let's
That's where we're at,
It's
and I love it. I love people.
this is gonna make me.
I love
share the
people,
fucking
people,
screen,
people.
you bastards.
Hate people sometimes.
Yeah,
But I love people.
this
But this
guy-
is a hate people.
this is me, man. When I'm posting something on fucking Twitter, but you got to do better when you know you're making a fucking.
We need to make a statue for Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
So-
you like who was the again? I'm
Yeah.
fucking space and everything, but what's the team that's supposed to check over shit?
The proof readers. What the fuck are we
Is
talking
that the
about?
word? It don't matter. Just run.
Somebody other than this guy needed to have the shit in his hand. So let's see here. So yeah, there's Calderson here, right here. Jose Calderson. That wasn't a player that played. That was Jose Calderon from the wonderful place, country of France. Not France, Spain. So that's one. So this shit actually got fucking made and put in front of the fucking thing. This is actually my favorite one personally. Well, one Vom wafer is pretty funny instead of Von wafer. So decision. Look at this. Holy fuck. DECICION. I mean, sometimes it just doesn't look right, brother. You can't send it. You cannot send it. So this is gonna get taken care of. This is insanely disrespectful. And mistakes do make like I look back all the time, like I said, on some that I posted on fucking Twitter, and I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, is that even English? What the fuck is wrong with you?
It was not triple checked.
But it's not triple checked, and I am high as fuck at like 3 a.m. So it's like, was that what? That's obviously what he was doing, which it does seem kind of nice to.
He probably wasn't some shit.
He was on some shit, yeah.
He was probably.
I mean, in order to get that chisel right, you kind of have to be. I think
You have to get the right mindset.
you gotta fucking hire the right people, guys.
It is probably a depressing life in a way. So, like, yeah, definitely fucking stone.
True. Hey, could you make a statue for this person that died?
Great.
Yeah, sure.
That's my favorite player ever.
Yeah, I'll try to get everybody's name right this time. Yeah,
you know, it probably was someone who's like such an artist, and they're like, I don't give a fuck about who is this Kobe Bryant person.
Literally, they have this DECICION. Right above it, they have decision spelled correctly. So, I mean, this must have been some shit that you type in the computer, and then it fucking like lasers it or some shit. I don't know. The sculpting is it's not even
probably
done the
is
same way.
AI. It probably is AI. No,
exactly.
Good job, robots.
And then just like me, when I get like a description from AI, I'm like, okay, that's all good. It fucking could have been a fucking transcript of Mein Kampf. I just fucking pasted into the fucking description. It never has been, thankfully, yet. Thankfully to AI for not doing that to me. But either way, yeah, just fuckery. I really just wanted to show that because I feel like that was definitely something that just had to be highlighted. And yeah, I have like UFC, but I can wait on UFC. My boy Bills, go check out his channel. I think he changed the name of it, but Saturday nights on Instagram. Go find my boy Paul, my dog Paul, right here. Do you have time for like 2 videos or something?
Yeah, let's go.
These are pretty short videos. They're not long videos.
Let's roll.
Most of these were fun videos that I found on Instagram and shit. So damn. The thing is, I'm like, there's so many good ones. I'm like, if I'm limited on, I want to make sure. Let's just go here.
And I truly love you, and I always will. I know how crazy I am sometimes. Let's be honest. Everybody's a little crazy about you.
I like it.
You're perfect to me in every way, in every detail, how much I love and respect you. And I truly love you, and I always will.
Listen,
who is this to?
I just play that shit and close my eyes. Pretend this woman actually raised me.
She's sweet.
She is sweet.
She's a sweet person.
She's sweet as a peach.
You know, I need that to motivate me every morning.
You know what's interesting? So I'm actually on that. She's fucking creepy as hell, brother.
Very.
Okay, good. I'm on the same page there.
Her teeth aren't there.
Yeah, their teeth aren't there.
The eye contact was extreme.
The fucking roots are showing. The fucking the lipstick is of a shadow that is aged. She somehow aged that.
I'm not gonna ugly shame her. You know,
not gonna ugly shame her.
Listen.
She ugly shamed herself. What the fuck? She hopped on the camera and started talking about
it's
you're
about
beautiful and perfect.
So what's inside, you know?
Brother, I don't want to know.
I don't want to know what's inside.
Pass on the inside.
You can leave that alone.
Yeah, 100%. She, but yeah, wild people on the internet trying to I don't know who the fuck they're talking to, if they're trying to find love on the internet. But this is one of the fun videos that I had, and I got many similar.
So there's no more context to this. Like who's she speaking to? Daughter, son, boyfriend?
I have no clue. I looked at the comments and people were just fucking destroying her.
I might use that as a mother-daughter dance.
Yeah, people were destroying the natural eyebrows.
Hey man,
you got to make sure to hit those with
natural beauty, baby. What's the mullet?
There's nothing natural about that at all. That's looking supernatural. That's Slimer.
She cut that in. That is by choice.
Oh man, no, she's a wild gal. Shout out to her, man. If you guys are looking for some love this credit season or this tax season, that's where it's at.
Get yourself a brand new television.
I got another one.
Good
This
for
is
you, player.
Yeah, I'm hoping to connect these two.
Hey.
sugar when you're close to me. You love me right down to my knees. And whenever you let me hit it, sweet like honey when it comes to me.
Hey,
She needs him.
hey, listen, they fit like a
Like a fucking glove.
Hey,
He needs the positive affirmation. Somebody to say those fucking skates are sweet, brother.
hey,
Yeah.
and that she's crazy and she knows it.
Your glasses, by the way, his glasses are also on point.
Yeah, he's
Skin
silent.
is caramel with the
He goes to
cocoa
podcast.
eyes. Even got a big sister by the name of Chocolate Top.
Yeah, this is kind of
Brown sugar, babe. I get high off of love, don't know how to behave.
This actually interesting.
Bro, the glasses I fucking dig, bro.
Just
Like,
looking
what
at
is
the
it?
camera. Or
Bro,
just
why does
looking
he
at
look
the
like
camera.
Tom Segura's cousin? like honestly, like,
He's looking at the camera like he owns this.
bro, he's owning it. He's owning the moment.
He does look
And
like
you gotta be proud of him for it.
He does look like the gay version of the guy that sold Daenerys all
Hey.
the slaves.
Hey, listen, he swings it always. He doesn't
Oh,
discriminate. You know
hey,
it.
Yeah, anytime. I'm sure he's enough said.
Liberal for sure. Okay.
Liberal was something. Let's see here. What else I have here? Like I said, a lot of these are short, so I do have
Definitely is on something.
no. See, these are. This is
Go.
another one.
Ladies, when you come over to my yacht, you'll be able to inspect the cap and see to it that the seal hasn't. Ladies, when you come over to my yacht, you'll be able to inspect the cap and see to it that the seal hasn't been broken. And then you can take the label off this Royal Crown Coda and look it all over.
People that actually buy RC, they call it Royal Crown Cola.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's only people like us that look down on the RC buyers that call
Hey,
it
hold
RC.
on, man. Hey, listen, man. RC's a shit. That shit brings me back to my childhood.
Oh, my
And then you
God.
drink it now, and it's like that is not good.
Brother, I hate to.
It is not good.
I'm not gonna wish. I definitely don't wish any of this on you, but yeah, if Coke is bad, I can imagine the corners that
Oh
they were
my
cutting
God,
in
buddy,
the Royal
RC, yeah.
Cola factory.
Yeah, no, that's horrible. Stick to Dr. Pepper. Actually, stick to no soda. Let's just
Drink fucking
soda
water, guys. Drink water.
Water.
Also, soda's delicious, so I get it. But
Water.
And you'll notice it has no needle marks. It's just pure,
Thanks for telling me.
authentic, delicious
Trust this guy.
Royal Crown Cola.
I have no reason
Trust
not to
me.
trust him.
did you hear him at the hold on. Oh.
Crown Cola. Trust me.
Is it a guy or girl? Because I feel like I'm.
I think that's a guy.
I
I'm
thought
pretty sure
so.
it's a guy. It's Predator. I'm pretty sure.
That's a bro. Listen, it's bad.
Yeah, it's a
It's
hardcore
bad.
Predator wearing a button up, a green button up.
But he's saying all the right words.
Well, was he? I mean, because
You should have to tell me this.
he was letting you know he's like, I'm thinking ahead. I know you're thinking that I punctured this somehow.
Listen, with the joint I gave you did not have rupees in it.
Oh man, thank you for the reassurance. All of a sudden, I'm feeling a little something. Placebo effect must have.
That
set
was
in.
just some lavender that I sprinkled in there for effect.
Oh, you mean that wasn't fentanyl? I thought it was
Yeah,
fentanyl.
gotcha,
That's
yeah.
crazy.
So to have a good time.
Yeah, no, this
Not
guy's
feel a
wild.
thing.
These people out there, like I said, I don't know what it is that we're looking for. Although, actually, I do know what this guy was looking for. This guy is looking for love.
And he's putting value.
Been a fan of superheroes and comics for many years, including DC, Marvel, and others. So there is something about which I
All right, I want to be clear too. Like I said, I think this guy was on Spectrum of Love. I want to be honest.
Okay. So you know what?
I mean, for real.
We gotta watch it.
Oh,
I've never seen the show.
oh, I haven't seen it either. I feel like that's cruel.
I'm
I mean,
still
now
trying
that,
to follow
now-
Love
now-
Is Blind with my wife.
now that I met this gentleman, I pretty much have all but convinced myself that it is extremely cruel what they put these people through. Holy shit! Get this guy on TV. This guy having a phone, obviously, like case in point, should like almost be illegal.
have been wondering, do women who have super strength, such as She-Hulk, Wonder Woman, or Power Girl,
Hey, by the way, look at Paul because he's already thinking that the same thing as this fucking guy.
have super strong vaginal muscles? Could these women crush rocks or bend metal with their vaginas?
or penises or erect penises because they also break those.
I have to imagine that no mainstream superhero media is going to delve into that subject, but perhaps some more esoteric, avant-garde stories might possibly explore it. Who knows? And I cannot possibly be the only person.
Oh, there's a guy that used to come in raging fucking havoc in the dispensary. He did have this energy, and he did write a book, and it was fucking wild.
Yeah, he needs to write a book.
Yeah,
And
no,
then-
you're probably right.
Yeah, because my God.
Who has wondered that. And also, as long as I am discussing that particular subject, in The Incredibles, I have to imagine that it was actually quite easy for Elastigirl to give birth to her children because, her body is so elastic. What does everyone else say about that? I definitely would like to hear what you have to say on these subjects.
I'll let you know.
Struggle with it. It must have been easy.
I fuck with that guy heavy.
Bro, her
was-
pussy's expendable.
He was
like,
like,
my
have you ever thought about how strong She-Hulk's pussy might be?
Jesus Christ. I wonder if she get it to me.
Yeah, no, he didn't even really get into that.
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
He's like, because he's so innocent, his mind doesn't even go there.
Could they
He's
fit,
just asking the scientific questions
could
that
they
we don't
fit
have.
your entire body in there and crush your bones? Is obviously what we're
Oh,
wondering.
so that's what he's saying with Elastigirl. He can just crawl in there for an exciting. Come on.
Oh, wow,
Like,
yeah.
bro,
Well, no,
bro,
that-
listen, like
that
I
was
said,
a-
he's asking all the good questions we don't even think about. That's
No, those were good questions.
Hey.
Generally, I mean, the
Science is
Elastigirl. When
science.
I heard the Elastigirl part, I'm like, well, damn.
nothing's off the scientific table, right?
Although it's a weird thing to ponder, it's like he's not wrong at all.
It's a
like,
cartoon. It's child's movie, but yeah, it's
But if we're taking the same fucking general concept and we're applying it to, okay, she had kids, what would her birth be like? Well, fucking super easy. Those things are gonna slide right out of her fucking twat. She probably reaches up in there with her fucking stretched arms and fucking pulls them out like fucking
is Mr. Incredible
Rhaenyra.
ever enough.
Exactly what the fuck. Yeah, it's like throwing a hot dog in the Grand Canyon, as Triple H once said about his own wife. Yeah, the wrestling is lit. That's why I'm saying there's nothing that's not off. There's not. Oh my god, bro! I'm gonna make a wrestling. I'm gonna make a wrestling channel because this shit is so fucking nuts. So, fucking, I learned this recently. That's what I learned new shit. So Chris Benoit, bro, you know how he killed his family, right? Okay, so he killed his family. So in WCW days, this motherfucker was booked by this guy Kevin Sullivan. He said, hey, we're gonna have a little feud or whatever, and you're going to to get at me, you're gonna try to steal my wife, and it's gonna be kind of a thing. And then he even tells him and his wife and Chris Benoit, he's like, go out in public, make a thing. Because in wrestling, especially at that time, it was important for it all to be real. It was all real. Anything they were talking about on TV was actually real. So either way, so this happens. This motherfucker actually ends up stealing his wife. His wife leaves this guy in real life, goes with Chris Benoit. Chris Benoit fucking kills her.
Oh no.
This is the lady. Think about that.
That's
her
fucking twisted,
ex-husband basically
that's sad.
was involved in putting her in a storyline that ended her marriage. That's enough on its own. You ended up leaving your husband based on a storyline that was written like that for you to do that. You
How
did
well
it.
does he sleep? Or did he off himself?
And then you end up leaving him for your murderer.
Bro, that's
who,
wild.
Who also kills your child.
Bro, that's just always so sad, bro. I
that's what I'm
can't.
saying.
Man, them stories, man.
What in the fuck?
It's so sad, bro. It would be real scary to be a woman. I don't want to get too much on that because I know that's not what today's.
But not if you're a last girl.
A shake, yeah.
Fucking reach right up in your own
she
body.
can just fucking take yourself out of it. She can just fucking.
Yep.
But
yep. Woof.
Nah, I just.
That was a unique sound that you just attributed to that.
Oh wow. Wait a minute.
Here, let's go ahead and
If I look like that too, bro, that's fucked up what they be doing to y'all. I ain't even gonna hold you, bro. I be saying that's fucked up, bro, you probably had the full washing set. You should be fired probably if they ain't cut your shit. Fuck it though, bro. It's your life.
Is that a little Jewish kid?
that's the kind of understanding that we're looking for. Who?
What was that?
It was a little Jewish
who's
kid.
that kid? Yeah, okay, little Jewish kid.
Little Jewish kid
Why
in New York.
I be crying if I look.
It's a little Hasidic Jewish.
I be
boy.
crying if I look like that too, bro. That's
The kid's just.
Some people would say a fucking colonizer. What the fuck are you doing? Go fucking get in the middle of that shit and fucking Israel and stop it.
What are you doing? Fucking.
Ceasefire.
fucked up what they be doing to y'all. I ain't even gonna hold you, bro. I be saying that's fucked up, bro. You probably had the full washing set. You should be fired probably.
The thing is, he's not lying. His curls are going crazy
Bro,
on the side.
that kid, it does look like he's mad as fuck right now.
He's just like,
He's like, yo, dog, you right, but what the fuck can I do about it, dude?
See, for me,
have you seen my dad?
For me, I'm getting the vibe of a complete surreal moment for this kid. This kid is being lectured in a way that he's just like, what in the fuck is going on?
It ain't my fault. Go talk to my mom.
If they ain't cut your shit. Fuck it though, bro. It's your life.
I like that level of understanding.
I kind of respect the commitment though, that in 2024 we're still rocking like that. Like that's kind of wild, you know.
That's real.
I mean, like you know, we are sheltered here in Florida because I ain't seen none of that shit. I seen one. No, this was 2 weeks ago. It was like the first time I've ever seen somebody like ever in my life here that was like dressed like how like them Jewish people in New York City.
Oh shit, they're invading.
Like
they're invading.
Jesus.
No, y'all need to stay the fuck over there and handle your shit.
It's like, and then you see the video where there's like a whole burrow down there. It's like there's just all around. It's like, oh
yeah,
I didn't know that was real. Like we got Amish.
Yeah,
you know.
I mean, similar shit, you know,
it's
similar shit. But yeah, no, it is weird, especially to consider like they're in like a metropolitan city, right on top of people.
Yeah, people doing everything.
Fucking building tunnels and shit. Wild. Yeah, wild boys. Oh man, this one actually I meant to play with the other people. So imagine that this video got played with the other what's the word I'm looking for? Eligible bachelors? I don't know.
Okay, yeah, lovers.
Well, lovers.
So I am going to spend the next minute screaming because that is what is going on in here. That is what the trans genocide in this country, in this city,
speaking of genocide,
has brought me to.
Fucking speak it.
All right, guys, I care about your ears. I care about your ears.
Imagine that. So
imagine that 24 hours happening inside your body,
bro. Being there in that moment, you're like, yeah, she's about to spit, and then it's just
people behind her are like, what the fuck is happening? Yeah, the thing is, that's why you go to court, though. That's why you don't just skip on it. You know what I mean? You go to court for shit.
You got to go for the show. There's always somebody acting out.
Oh my god! Oh,
always someone who thinks it's a good idea.
While I have a fellow husband dude here, so this is perfect. This is the shit. This is why I can't send anything in the chat. This is what I get.
Is it in Iowa? Are these Iowans?
I think it actually does say at the beginning.
Yeah. You better come for that ham sandwich. No, he left the turd in the toilet. That's what that is. You know damn well what that call was. Boy.
I'm wondering, how did they do that? Like, did they say,
"This is a real thing"?
You guys have to go stand somewhere, like not in the area, and then at any point in an order you won't be aware of, we're gonna have your wife.
No, probably in Iowa or some shit. Like this is like just what they've done since like 1787.
They just keep it up.
Or no, probably like 1840s. Let me get my time periods right. My bad. And then it's just always been like what they do is they have calling for their husbands. Yeah. And then every husband just knows when they get married into like these weird covenants. They just know. And then this is like, I have no idea. Or maybe this is
that's my third wife. Got it. Yeah. I remember that call.
Yeah. My bad. Susan. Okay.
That's more Utah than Iowa, I think. I think Iowa's like fucking potato farmers, so a little bit different, but
okay,
same shit.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
The whites in Iowa. It's all right. Old whites.
Woo! Carrie, come on, let's go.
And oh, she's a new gen. Look at that. Aretha Franklin. Oh boy. Yeah. Hey, give her the gold. She can all out.
Yeah, roll that thing, baby. Oh yeah, she's crazy enough.
The Christian Wilkins of wife calling.
She's crazy. This bitch brought a bell, which is nuts, but still. Yeah, no, that last lady won.
Bro, she
won everything.
Now, if that was your real life,
yeah,
would you be able to deal with it?
Oh, she actually yelled like that every time? Fuck no. But the thing, we would already had a conversation. I'm like,
hey, look at that.
Don't yell at me.
I don't know where the fuck you're from, but don't do that shit ever again.
Yeah, no, we would have had literally a nice conversation.
I love you.
Like, what the fuck is going on? Do not do that. I mean, the last lady was completely possessed. She was borderline speaking in tongues. She started to have a roll in her tongue that wasn't there at the beginning, and it's like, all right.
Something took over her soul for real.
Yeah, don't be wrong. I mean, like I said, I'll come to her.
And you notice it is a white person thing.
The call for your
just that. Whatever the fuck
maybe the contest, but we all call for our spouses.
Not that.
I mean, like that, you're probably right. Although you could find
That's-
you find every fucking race with crazy enough motherfuckers that are like you may not have as many because you have like because the thing is like you have like a fucking festival around some fruit, which I assume this is what this was at. Probably a festival of potatoes. So I mean, yeah, that's fucking stupid white people shit. So you're gonna have them there, and that's where the contest is. Just the contest alone isn't going to be enough to even get those people out. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's got to be a part of a bigger thing. Right. And you just so happen to be there, and you're like, well, hell,
and you know they definitely have one of those metal ball cages with the dirt bike.
Oh yeah,
They definitely have one of those.
Fucking probably a clown out there telling you, hey, fat fuck. Keep walking, pussy. You can't knock me into this fucking water. You fucking micro dick bitch.
Okay, so someone got you one time, huh?
Oh, dude, every time I
pissed
fucking
you
go,
off.
are you kidding me? No, it doesn't piss me off. Actually,
You can't throw this far to say.
No, I love it. I've never been like singled out too bad where it's like because I don't respond with energy. They're looking for somebody that's going to be basically like, hey, fuck you, clown. And they're like,
watch this.
Like, really?
Miss.
Really?
Miss.
Fuck you, clown? Well, I'm fucking your fucking girlfriend up here right now. Knock me down. Like that's their imagine that being like you're living.
Yeah. And bro,
living.
you
Like,
just
have
fucking
to disrespect people all day long.
Just take a few shots, bro.
I would honestly be great at that.
Wow. Yeah, you would have a good time.
Oh, I would have a great time.
You might
I'd probably make a lot of fucking money.
Might need to
I probably should consider
birthday
that.
parties. No,
Yeah.
bachelor parties.
Bro, I'd make a
Oh
fucking
my god,
killing.
that's a bachelor party idea. How about
a great
that?
idea.
How about that? Bring that to bachelor parties where it's like, hey, we're gonna have something that's just going to insult you. You're gonna fucking
Disrespect the fuck out of you, and then but you got to pay for per ball.
you big purple. Yeah,
And obviously, you have to have some kind of like
you get one hit a month.
enclosure. There has to be an enclosure that protects me from people just grabbing the ball and throwing it directly at me,
Oh, true that.
trying to kill me rather than knock me in the water.
Yeah.
You know, the water, that's the most payback you can get. I'm sorry. All right, so I got this. We have two more videos, but they'll be real quick.
I'd
This
hire
one- like I said, I think I'd be kicking ass out
hire
there. So this is just think about the worst person that you've ever worked with, basically. We're gonna
Pick it up again.
Come down.
Oh, wait, I'm in the way.
Oh, come on, bro. You know damn well in your job thing. Just say, can you go down over your head?
Come down. You gotta come down.
I can't. The machine's not moving.
We in the
Man, I
way.
don't know how to work the machine.
You know he's mad as fuck.
They say on here that it's only 45 pounds.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And you know he's supposed to be able to lift over 50 pounds over his head.
Oh yeah, I mean,
So,
you're fine to that.
yeah.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Come on, bro.
I'm sure you're not gonna get away with that one.
Well, that's just
Yeah.
like in my job, bro. You have so many people who don't want to get on top of a ladder, like they won't go to the top, and it's
I
like,
know that, but that's why I wouldn't do that.
and it's like, well, you can't do this job. And they're like, what do you mean you're gonna let me go? It's like, bro, what do you mean? Like, I can't do your job for you.
Yeah,
And
literally.
you're just gonna get paid. Like, you have to get up in the attic and move around. You have to know there's nothing below you to catch you. You got to be able to move and
Yeah.
handle your business.
Don't put your foot through the ceiling.
Yeah, be a grown up.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, yeah. So
Shots fired. That's people
You-
that put their fucking.
you
foot
got the
through
wrong
ceiling.
job. No,
Yeah.
go to the dental office, sit at the front desk, answer
There you
calls.
go. Yeah. Fucking be a bitch. So this is the last video for the night. Like I said, so we're gonna leave you guys out on this. Paul B. Balcom B. Paul.
Some shit.
Yeah, just like I said, check him out on his by his government. You might find his fucking address. I don't know.
You definitely can in today's society.
I'm sure you would be able to, but no, I'm pretty sure it's Balcom B. Paul on Instagram. I'm looking at you for confidence.
Shit. Yeah, Paul B. Balcom on Twitter. Or
Yeah,
Paul Balcom on
there you
Twitter.
go. Whatever, fucking go find him.
Balcom,
Sit in
bro.
politics. Just can you make it the same on both? That's the only thing I ask. Like, why one? But either way, you had plans. I know you had plans, but
Has plans. In
yeah,
life.
yeah, yeah.
Did that
So-
happen?
Now we're just here confused every fucking week in which order you fucking put them. But Sit in Politic everywhere. Sit in Politic on Apple, Spotify. I drop this on those every week, and then some extra stuff, and then also YouTube, a ton of content. Please go over there and support. We're trying to get to 1,000 subs. It's been difficult because, as I said at the beginning of the podcast, YouTube's make it pretty difficult throttling those views and also the exposure of the videos in general. So that's been tough. So definitely support the channel. Independent creator, trying to make it happen. We put out consistent content. We have a great time. I love talking to you guys in here. Sanu, it was awesome getting to meet you tonight. Hopefully you subscribed, man. It was cool chopping it up for sure. Deuce Andretti, thank you for getting in here and getting involved in the conversation. Love to have you back. Go check him out, by the way. Deuce Andretti on Twitter. He's come on here several times. Great dude. Jay Honcho, thank you for getting involved in the conversation. It was great chopping it up with you tonight. And thank you for hopping on. Guys, I will put the link in here every week, so you guys can hop on here as far as like webcam style with us and get involved in the conversation. That's always dope. And
talk your shit.
Also, Jaded Spades. And if I miss anybody, man, I appreciate y'all. I don't see all of the comments on Twitter usually, so I might have missed y'all. But either way, show some love, follow. I'll definitely show that love back, and we'll chop it up. Either way, like I said, I'm gonna leave you guys with this video, and this is just the fucking evidence of us. I mean, why we're ultimately doomed to lose.